not really schizo. Like, you can't come? Seriously, he blocked you?
I think he blocked me. I don't see it. I don't see his room. He said, I'm going to block you. I said, bro, Temia and Ibn Arabi are two polar opposites. And we all know that. Like,
Yeah,
you brought it up, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so marrying
that's
this
too bad.
Like, come on, bro. It's such a cope.
Oh.
You have to call out when you need to call out. Oh, he called me a kafir because I held to, like, unified consciousness, right?
Today, he still doesn't believe in that, though. Like, he doesn't, like the creator-creation distinction, like, he's...
Anyways, we don't really give two fucks about Mikhail. We can take care of that business. Right. We don't give two fucks. Tell him to fuck off. Tell him to stop sending you any Bunyadam. To bring that as a messenger.
He's come to invite me, man. I'm here.
Yeah, Mikhail is a bitch. He was a cunt before. He's still a fucking cunt. Anyways.
As long as we don't disagree with that and we know the truth of it, I just want that sometimes we need that reality check, right?
We already knew about this.
It makes me angry, man. I'm here. I'm an idealist. It makes my heart sad about it. That's all.
No. Okay. Let's try that. Can we take UAE out of the picture and they won't make you sad anymore?
We can't. The same motherfucker.
Can you come up with a different argument? Can you come up with a different argument if the UAE is not involved?
No one else is, bro. The same fuckers who are like killing are also building for another.
I understand, but which other country do you think is a pious person or country that's not killing?
No one is. All the same shit. What we are calling out.
So then we could just say all the countries or leaders are bad. Whether it's a UAE, whether it's in Saudi Arabia, whether it's Japan, China, whatever country, they all have blood on their hands. And then we can move on. We don't need to concede. We can just say, we can generalize it. That all country leaders are fucking fucked up.
I'm saying, I was just thinking about
including your country, Iran. You see what I'm saying?
All of this. Iran's the biggest.
Yeah.
Biggest motherfucker.
Including, so a lot of countries, they all have freaking blood on their hands, and we just go, everybody has
including you guys as individuals, if you want to take it that far, including.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ghost. Look at his picture. He looks bloody.
What I'm saying is that she said she was talking about she's in the U.S. for her self-interest. Yeah, your self-interest is contributing to the tax system, to your government, and your government is involved in killing people all across the world.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I wonder who Snake is. He gave me a follow. I wonder who this guy is. You want to come up, Snake? Introduce yourself?
I agree with that.
What kind of Snake he is.
Yeah, so everybody is complicit,
Everyone is complicit, some more, some less.
But until we don't fix ourselves, we're just contributing to the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're just going to look at it on a grander scale, but everything that we do on the scale that we do it at, like I said, and this is not to pick on you. I'm not trying to put you down. You being a gem dealer, you selling diamonds and do that type of
trade.
We know how these things are mined.
Absolutely.
This is so bad at Congo. People die.
Yeah, just like oil. We all are responsible. We all have blood on our hands. And you know what? That's why I said.
No, but I don't know. He's a lawyer.
No.
Listen, the type of law that you practice.
No, because we don't have any blood on our hands, but we will.
Yeah, we don't have blood on our hands. Killers. You said something about lawyers.
Lawyers are
I have blood on my hand for other reasons, for other things.
Whatever.
I have a natural life. My engagement rate is natural.
You're better than me, bro. We all have.
No one's better than you. I'm actually the biggest one. I'm the biggest piece of shit. I'll always say this. I'm an asshole. Shut the fuck up. I'm not trying to say I'm better. I'm just saying.
Understanding God and divine in like a Hellenized way. So
it's like a derivative of God.
It alludes to like Poseidon, it alludes to. So there's alluding to like Greek gods and what makes them divine. So you'll see that the Bible actually values themes that are associated with Greek gods. So it's not. So you need to divinity understood from the Greco lens, not from the.
Well. What about the Bhagavad Gita and Arjuna? Because the whole thing with Israel and Gaza, that whole story is in the Bhagavad Gita.
Actually, well, it's fine. I haven't really explored this. has the greatest. The Trinity is the greatest thing that the Christians that came from the Christian tradition, because it's because once you start looking into it, it actually ends up like layering out too. So, and then what is it layering out to? If you look, all the concepts that are being developed from the Trinity, it's literally producing like knowledge, like not in a good way. Obviously because it's bringing about a lot of struggle. But again, that's the choice of the people, or is it? But it's producing knowledge. So you start seeing concepts being developed. So I've been mapping, since the whole awareness thing, but which I've realized now. There's but like noose and was it whatever will is, that's just Felice. And then you got gnome for awareness, or mode of awareness, and so they got gnome and noose and psyche and Thelma. Yeah, Thelma will. So you see, as they're considering like how to like understand the divinity of Christ, they are ending up developing concepts now, and these concepts, they're not necessarily in agreement between East and West. So and that's really what leads to a lot of these problems. There's a misunderstanding on when the West says mind versus the East. So you see them developing, clarifying exactly this term separate, but in this, they are mapping the human. They're literally mapping you, saying you got a soul, you got a mind, you got a body, and this body got a specific instinct.
So how the hell did you end up so fucked up? And Buttercup, if everything is mapped, what happened to you retards? Did you go into a microwave as a child?
Remove him. Mikhail.
I just don't get it.
He's annoying. Quick, remove John. He's making
I know.
No, you're annoying, Buttercup. I'm just making a joke, and you don't have a sense of humor. You're like a stale croissant.
I think people get at a point in their life and they just, again, I hate using the word, but until they come up with a better word, and I agree they need to come up with a better word, but collapse, like that's it. There's literally a point in your life where it's just like, it's it. You're just gonna wait.
Projection.
What's happening?
بده يعني اشيله هاي هي
خلص شيله خلصنا.
عفوا حبيبي طيب حبيبي انا بعرف شوي عربي حبيبي.
Thank you. So hold on. So Mikhail, do you think our souls are like emanations of God?
I'm at this point, I thought I had a perfect model, but I don't know if this is...
John is throwing his perfect model off.
I want it to be an awareness, but seriously, like, it seems more, I don't know. The more you see, like, how this is actually mapping to reality, not, like, it's like, are there actually angels? Is this danger, or is it just the intellect that pretty much like governs how the field excites? And we're just describing this because it's like kind of how you describe like the quantum local grid, like it knows or something. It doesn't.
So you're saying like a more deistic, like, or not even deistic, like an unconscious kind of God, an unconscious mover.
You know what a knower means, any other?
A knower?
Yeah, knower. What would it apply to in your...
No.
You know what'd be wild? If Mikhail was right. He's like, it turned out he was right. That would be wild. About everything. You are?
I think I could change things. I think I could totally, if I could totally alter.
He is Neo from the Matrix!
This and at this point, I am because
Have you written it down? Put it down on paper?
I have.
I know we're someone who receives divine
People
divine
actually,
guidance.
this is not
and strong
new, by the way.
spiritual
I'm not doing anything new. I actually ended up doing this the hard way, but I did it again on my own.
It's the hard way.
Yeah, I'm already connected to the people who've already ahead of me. So, but it doesn't matter. Like, we're all looking for the same thing, whether it's the people who are using string theory, whether it's the people who are using quantum computing, or whether it's the Kabbalists and whatever they're doing under tunnels or whatever, and then you know, so it's
Damn.
yeah,
It's quite a network.
Freemasons. So it's not, this geometry isn't necessarily
How do I tap in?
number. It's not like something that no, clearly the religions know about it. Like I said, the Trinity, the Quran, and even in the Hebrew, it's you know. It's in the Vedas. I found stuff in the Vedas. Like this is not.
If you start writing it, it might help you organize your
Already
thoughts.
have. I already
The book you
have.
climb.
I just don't want to share it. That's all.
Why not share it?
Because first of all, it would be you wouldn't get it, and then two, it's
How do you know?
wouldn't be a good thing to share something that would lead
Listen.
to people.
Benny and I are philosophers. We understand things.
No, you're not.
No?
No, I'm not a philosopher.
You're a philosopher of sorts, no? A theologian?
I'm not a theologian either.
Okay.
What is knowledge?
Maybe an amateur philosopher.
I mean, honestly, because of Miguel, lately I have been getting into metaphysics a little bit.
I'm gonna have to bash him with a fucking hammer across that, but hello.
Well, no, it's more so regarding the soul. The soul is very
I've been,
elusive.
you would have been part of this journey from the very beginning.
Yeah.
There's good arguments. There's good philosophical arguments for the soul that are outside of religion. That have nothing to do with religion.
But
You
you
know?
decided to
Yeah,
sell
that
it.
is true.
You sold your soul.
I sold my soul? I don't even know if I have one, man.
Who did?
Still trying to figure out what it
That's
is.
a good. Honestly, like, what is this soul? Like, is it just the information packet of mine preserved somewhere on, like, I don't know, a USB drive? Is that what it is? Is it just like my? Oh well, someone knows my serial number. Like, you know my serial number to reconfigure my code. Is that what this is? Is it like you actually have an usia where a faculty of experience is predicated on that isn't the physical? And is that, what does that mean? Isn't it a sub? I don't know. The day we got into usia, that was whoever is that
What's
isn't
usia?
Satan. Usia isn't. No, it could have been because it is. You could look at it as an inverse. But it
I
is
don't know
the
what it
worst
is.
thing. It was the worst sabotage that one.
Self-sustains.
But it is actually.
You're like the smartest person I know, Mikhail. You know so much stuff.
Like I said,
Maybe too much stuff.
Some of the concepts, the structure is valid. There's been an inverse things around in the tree. So
Mikhail's lit!
I do believe that. I mean, I've gained so much knowledge.
Mikhail's now on
Learning about the
fire!
Trinity and like thinking about it in ways that make it work. And so there clearly is some structure there. So there is some truth in this. Now, I just didn't know that it all connects like this. And what does this mean? Is it what is it that really Jesus did? Or I mean,
Are you becoming Christian? Are you converting?
No, it's just like at this point, like, what did they actually present? Like, it's like this
Do we need
has
to
been
know?
known. This. Yeah, we can't complete it, but it's like it's been known. Like, it's not. If this is, and I'm not. I mean, to know this is an achievement, but like, it's not complete. So that's one. And then whether Islam presents something complete from the Quran, whether the prophet or whether or the author, whoever you want to call it, is actually knows the whole thing or not. Like, I would say the Quran definitely has been a whole new perspective these last few months. It's just I am not underestimating Muhammad is, or whoever behind Muhammad, or whether it's Jews, or whether it's God, or I don't know. But it's,
Bruh.
at this point, it's like you were hoping to see the horizon, and then all of a sudden you see a black hole. Like that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, there's a black hole here.
It's wild. I want to see the black hole. You really don't like me, Miguel.
I'm troubled by this.
Don't be an asshole. It's gross.
I don't think that's gross.
You made that sound so vulgar, Daniela.
It's not like this.
They let you talk like that in the Orthodox Christian monastery you live in?
No, but we talk like that in the Church of Buttercup, though.
That's true.
If there was a one world order, if there was a one world religion, they're gonna use this. They're gonna do that. They're need to. I don't know.
I kind of feel ya. You know, I kind of feel it. I feel like you should start a cult or something. Like you're speaking. It sounds like you're speaking truth. It makes sense. It makes everything line up. Like it does, right? Like it doesn't make sense that all these religions are siloed and they're not interconnected. You know, there's got to be some common thread. I think you're onto something, Mikhail.
We're already cooked here, anyways. The pattern's already been played out in America. We're at Trump is president number 13. We've already crossed. You already know 13.
Yeah.
We're young. The whole 80 years shit is real. That stuff is all real.
Wait, Trump is not number 13. What are you talking
Is
about?
all real, dude. That's
Your number is wrong. Your math is bad. Your math is bad.
Yeah, how
Trump
is
not
Trump
13.
number 13?
But his metaphysics is good though.
No, how did you get to Trump being number 13? Is it like 13 since, I don't know, something
Since the establishment of the state of Israel.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's
Since
not
the
if
establishment.
you want a number there. I've already done some numbers on this because, like I said, I was doing. Again, I have like main projects. You guys are not telling. I've already had everything organized. You guys are not even. You think I'm playing? All right. Well,
Wait, so are you counting LBJ or not?
Why not LBJ?
Johnson? Yeah.
No, sorry, not LBJ, sorry, Truman.
I'm counting Truman. Yes.
You're counting Truman, okay.
Of course. No. I've counted him and removed him as well, so I've already taken into.
You've controlled for Zoom.
It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Wait, how does it not change things?
You got to control
But
for
you know what's interesting about Newman? That that America declared, 11 minutes. They say 11 minutes. 11 minutes, interesting, right? Why not 12 minutes? What a satanic number.
What's Mikhail? He's psychedelic now.
I don't know. It's a really. I mean, it's not really satanic. It's not a geometry that it like fits in that thing. It's not two lines. There's no two lines. It's not a complete geometry. Where was it?
You know, if anyone listens to you long enough, Mikhail, you start to make sense.
Wait, hold on, but there was a 14th president. Like, Biden would have been the number 14.
No, should be. I don't think so.
Yeah, because Trump is number 13 the first time he got elected.
Oh, Trump. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So now he's number 15 also.
Yeah, he's 13, 15. Or
What does that mean?
Or if you don't count Truman, then he is 12,
I'll
14.
have to check which one. Because I know I did play with that one. That's one of them. Doesn't matter. It wasn't. It just. Where did I? Project.
So yeah, so you start at Truman. You have Truman, Eisenhower, JFK, LBJ, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush Sr., Clinton, Bush
Bush Carter,
Jr.,
soldier of communism and
Obama,
property
that's number
taxes.
12,
Liberate
and
Chicago.
then
Stop
Trump
trying to
is
scam
13,
her.
and then Biden is 14, and then Trump again.
Yeah, I'm just counting number of.
So he's either 12,
Yeah.
he's either 13 and 15, or 12 and 14.
Filed formal objections
Yeah,
to
just
their
going
petitions.
by.
In either case, the 13th is gone.
50 signatures short of the minimum number required for
I'll
disqualifying.
have to check. Just 1 second.
Your numerology is
Yeah,
all.
about that. Can you shut the fuck up, man? Like, can you just fucking shut the fuck up? Like,
I mean, I'll
I
try.
love how
I'll
you
try.
fucking like want to do research, like only when I'm talking about something. But like, let me present.
No,
data first.
I
Pull it up
research.
before
No,
you
I
like.
research when everybody
run
talks about
on
anything.
something.
Man.
No, dude.
If
No,
it,
you
if
don't,
it
no, you
interests
don't.
me, no, I do. If it
Because
interests
I
me,
haven't even
fact check.
looked into. I haven't literally even given you what I had. I was like telling you this is what I. I'm not sure whether I removed Truman or not. Like I don't know.
Okay, but explain the significance. So,
Let me find it first.
what
That's
happened?
I'm fucking
So,
saying.
the state's founded in 48,
But
and then
maybe
what did it trigger?
That's
Why did you?
enthusiasm,
Why are we?
like learning from?
Mikhail, I want to know the significance of this. Why do we start with the state of Israel? Why is that the starting point for this?
It's just part of its own project. I just wanted to see how
Because that's the start of the new
blueprint
Antichrist.
would
Oh,
how that
you
blueprint
know that,
would work.
He said
It
that.
could actually work.
Yeah, I
like
said that.
it.
The three great antichrists, right? So like you have starts with the British, and then it shifts to the Americans, and then it shifts to Israel.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot where I read that here. Yeah. There's also what I want to say. Damn it, Buttercup, you Jewish woman, cut off.
Stop putting
You made me lose my train of thought.
into his. Stop injecting your fucking weird conspiracy theories into Mikhail's.
Stopping my train of thought, you Jewish woman. Harlan.
Fuck off. It's irrelevant. I thought I have a Goyish soul.
Yeah, I'm starting to doubt that.
Why?
Well, no, I actually did want to say something. Oh, damn it.
Sorry, I ruined your.
Sorry, they need to fix the search bar. Oh, there we go.
So why 13? Is it like bad luck? It's a demonic number or something?
It's an end of
Is Trump a good guy or a bad guy?
13.
Is Trump a good force or negative force in the world, Mikhail?
You can recall that.
It's Trump. Trump is just a transition. It's already the decline.
Of civilization? Of what?
No, just 80 years every happens.
Oh, of Israel, maybe? Of the
Not just Israel. Just everybody.
everybody? What's gonna happen to us? Apocalypse?
Everybody, you live that 3-generation cycle. Is just everybody goes through it.
Hmm. I really see like parallels between like
Yeah, I think it's this one. There we go. Was it? Great. Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
so I see parallels. Tell me if this makes sense to you, Mikhail. You know how like my people went through holocausts and sort of rose from the ashes and built this country and kind of thrived, and now they're like rich and entitled and fucking privileged and everything, and just get and just bomb the shit out of everyone and just like act with impunity. I really think I just wonder, I hope, I pray that Palestinians after the genocide.
With Amir or some idiot here likes to talk about Palestine on an emotional level. I don't talk.
It's not emotional. I imagine Palestinians too will rise from the ashes of the Gaza genocide.
Fuck that.
And in like 3 generations, you guys are gonna be the assholes. That's my prediction.
Whether we're there or not, I mean, I don't
Not you, the people who live there, obviously.
know. It's kind of. I mean, just because I'm not prioritizing that now. I can't. I need to
Can't
figure
focus on
this
it.
out
No
on
problem.
the.
But we'll work it out another day.
It's like without there being something to God and set it up. Like if it I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of this first. I'm trying to when I make sense of this, I can reevaluate everything. Oh, I put it under American. I'm sorry. That's why I can't find it. Okay, there we go. Fine.
Oh, dude, I forgot. I remembered what I forgot. Did you look into the Albert Pike letter?
Just a second, because I'm finally pulling out the data.
Honey, are we helping?
I don't know, but I'm contributing. If it's positive or negative, I'm not too sure.
I think you're making things more complicated.
I think you are.
I don't know, Mikhail, is he helping? Is Benny helping this project?
Where does Benny even help with anything? Okay, here we go. So, establishment of Israel, and I would set, obviously, May 14, 1948, but you would set that as 000. So, fall of Nazi Germany, May 8, 1945, you're going to get 306. And then end of World War II, 2812. Adoption, I mean, I added this one, but it's still, adoption of the final solution, 6324. Do you see these multiples? An invasion of Poland, and this one is and you could tell the numbers that are not good, that are not in their favor. So 8813. 13 is not a number that's good for Jews. It's a bad number. It's a really bad number, actually. Every time it pops up, it's a bad number.
Why? What happens to us?
It's just not in your. It's not your cards. It's not your thing.
Wait, dude, have you been listening to that Chinese professor?
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh here. He asked me for the.
No, I'm actually serious. Have you been listening to that Chinese professor?
I've never felt like he said anything because I've seen him on like TikTok or something. I just he never
I watched
me.
like whole lectures for him. He gets some things definitely wrong, but he
That's
also
why I
has
heard him
interesting
like
view.
waffle big time, like a few times. Like he's worse than the white guy.
Yeah.
I thought the white guy, like, yeah, he's like all about like Middle East and all that, but like, I'm like, dude, you're waffling sometimes. Like that's not
Which
true.
white guy?
Like,
I'm not sure which white guy it is.
Isn't the guy with the white guy with the glasses?
That's
at the
okay,
college?
I don't care. It's fine.
You talking for the second time?
That's statistic, right?
That's right, Dave.
He's this Asian professor is
went to high school in
I don't know
College,
what
New Jersey.
about the white
Aren't
guy.
available to any other
There's a guy I was talking
inmate.
about, like
Most
Muslim
of whom are
history and
serving
Khalid
time
Walid and
for
all that.
white
You know
collar
that guy?
charges
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that guy's retarded. That guy like actually makes shit up.
media.
I fact checked
You get it? I don't get it.
Like I said, these are not. They're all.
No, listen. The Chinese guy, like, forget what he says about like the history of like the Muslims and the Christians and all that, because he gets a lot of that wrong. But if you listen to him about secret society, he actually gets a lot of the, like, he has interesting theories. That's all.
Skull and Bones?
No, he doesn't actually like specify which societies he's talking about, but just the general.
Islam
workings
dude,
of
Islam
secret society.
banking. He talked about that. He talked about Nazi Germany in the 30s. He
Why are
brought
you
that
doing
up.
this, Benny? Why? Why are you doing this?
No, I'm serious. That Chinese guy.
He brought up
Why are you talking
Edom.
more?
He brought up Edom versus Ishmael, which I really liked. So I think
You're
more
feeding
people
him-
bring that up, the better.
Benny, like, he needs more conspiracy theories.
No, it's not conspiracy theories.
They're
Like,
not conspiracy theories. We've never given a single.
this is actually how the world works.
You don't know
Yeah.
Jewish eschatology. That's your problem.
So Benny, you believe this shit about the banking and the world powers and shit and the fucking cabal and the protocols for the Zion? Like, is that what you believe?
Well, I mean, you just threw in a bunch of shit into the blender right there, right? Like, so you just think about. So
It's all
banking, yes, banking
Okay,
controls
so this
the
is
world.
how I did
That's
it.
just not
I did it.
No, but Jews are the Jews control banking.
I mean, Jews definitely have a lot of influence in banking, but there's also other influence.
Everybody knows.
It's not exclusive to Jews. Like, you're not that special. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Right?
but Jews ain't running the world. Yes,
Um,
you're strong part of the cabal, though.
Exactly.
What's
Well,
a
strong
cabal?
part of the satanic round table. That's what.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Strong representation of.
And I wouldn't say like all like your average Jew is included in
No, yeah.
There's a lot of like high-ranking Jews.
No, like.
Am I part of the cabal?
Yes.
And by the way, Protestants are a big part of this. Like don't think that like I'm targeting. Like the like Anglican, Lutheran, to a lesser extent. The Dutch, definitely the Calvinists, 100%.
But do you think I have any special connections or powers because of my?
You, I think there's nothing special about you whatsoever.
Because so
I bet that's what you want to hear, but
it came out 13 because I asked it.
I'm not special. My mommy told me so.
Are you gonna show me your black hole now?
Don't be gross. It's a pink.
So it came out 13 because I asked it
On
how
the
many
outside,
presidents
not on the inside.
between the establishment of the state of Israel and Trump. So that's why it came out 13. So it's like between Trump is president number 13.
Yeah. From the first time around.
Relation. When listing all the presidents between Trump and the creation of Israel, he's number 13. He pops up number 13.
Yes, if you include Truman, but like his first time he was 13.
And I include all the presidents that were active. So that's why when that list from creation to Trump, just the list, how many presidents' names? 13.
Yes.
So he's number 13. So it's
he's
actually a bad omen.
No, he's doing their job. Like he did
Actually,
before that.
If this deal goes through, I told you Israel lost once. This is not a good. Israel has lost unless they're able to
They're getting a military base on the borders of Gaza. They got the annexation of the Golden Heights recognized. They moved the American embassy to.
I already know. Why are you telling me? I already know.
No, like he's been good to the Jews.
That's not the point. The point is that all of that is not what is going to guarantee the success of the Zionist project. It's already like dead upon arrival kind of thing. But it's the notion of allowing the Palestinians, if Gaza gets back on its feet, and there is, which they've already agreed on the technocratic government. يا زلمة انت بدك تضلك تحكي فوقيه ولا انت ايش يعني ايش فيك؟
No, I'm saying like okay, do your.
He's like triggered or something. Like you can't have a series. Like just chill. You're always trying to one up me. You're always trying to like, why? You're embarrassed by yourself. That's you put yourself, not me. Anyways,
like the 13 digit, because it's very interesting. In solar, there is a 13 Calvi in solar. There is a 13 actions of solar. I mean, in terms of the Calvi. So I think the downfall is like rightly on the 13 when the prostrate is going down. When we solar, the final sujood is the 13 steps where we get our head down. Maybe there's something ties into the 13 with a relation with solar. Maybe.
Yeah, I just found that was cool. I found that those dates, like the main dates, about like World War II and fall of Germany, the surrender of Japan, all of these. It's like all these dates. There's symmetry between all these dates. You look at the ones that are negative, like the invasion of Poland. There's like a disconnect. There's like that 13 or 3.
Always.
There's something that I just didn't care because it's not like
because
the whole Israel that project is not a project for like pattern and geometry, all that.
All right, did you look into the Albert Pike letter? Do you know about this?
Who's Albert Pike again?
So Albert Pike was a Confederate general. He was also speculated to be a 33rd degree Mason, right? Yeah. So the 3 world wars and how. So I mean, there is speculation about this because like.
Yeah, the guy was like prophecies and all that, right?
it's like prophecies and stuff. He got the first and the
Or
second.
he just
World
ripped
War.
off from somewhere. I forgot where he ripped off. I think he just ripped off the Kabbalists, yeah. Zohar. Nothing he said that isn't in the Zohar already. Like I said, everything is like.
Have you heard the Zohar?
This and the injustice,
You
right?
can extract
Congressman person hung in there. A lot of you have known
there's
this.
a lot of Jewish websites that talk about and reference the Zohar. You don't need to read the whole thing. You don't need to read the whole thing.
Because it gives you a comprehensive idea of what's going on.
If for you to learn, do Muslims believe in judgment day? Do they believe resurrection?
toppings, onion.
You'll learn that about Islam.
I mean, do you think the Zohar is rooted in truth or reality in any way?
The Zohar is simply presenting the dilemma. It's like, hey, this information is available. It's been available at least since this century. You know, and why is this happening right now? So is this a coincidence? Is the Zohar like from God or something, or is
It describes
this a
God,
game
like-
plan?
The little that I know about Kabbalah is it like describes God and like godliness.
Forget about Kabbalah.
That's not all.
Zohar is
no.
part of it. Zohar is part of it.
Kabbalah and Zohar is about theosis or apotheosis, right? It's about like becoming God.
Zohar is a bunch of things, but just that specific eschatology. I mean, you could go back to the book of Daniel. I think there's Midrashes on Eliezer, whatever his name is. Yeah, Midrash Eliezer, whatever. Yeah,
Do
so
Christians
it's not
and
just the
Muslims
Zohar. You
does
need this for the book of Daniel, because the prophecy of Daniel and the whole statue and all that, and Rome and the kingdom of God, so the Messianic, like this ties into the Messianic prophecy. So
Christians and Muslims believe in the Zohar? Like they think it's real or true?
it's not that, it's that we are in alignment with Jewish eschatology. Like we're literally following step by step. The next step is, since it hasn't been done yet, the subjugation of Persia, which they already tried to do but failed. So it looks like these what Netanyahu was given. Huh?
Wow. Oh, it's
Yeah, the subjugation
subjugation.
of Persia. Look it up. Look up the subjugation of Persia. Before the battle, before Edom versus Ishmael, which is Armageddon, which is Malhamad Kubra, there is the subjugation of Persia. So Persia will be subjugated before Edom and Ishmael. And once the entanglement between Edom and Ishmael, like that's it. It's set. The West will begin its decline, and then it will fall. So out of the struggle with the Ishmaelites, it will fall.
McCall, can you remove John? He's being really abusive in the comments.
No. Does he need a timeout?
He's being
Kale
really
is
rude.
now Neo.
He's being a brat.
Not even talking to you. Forget about
He
it.
is. But he's streaming his
Absorbed
comments
in the
about it.
Matrix.
And he's streaming this live. I don't know if you want him to.
It's like all this is. It's definitely not from our DNA. We're not. I don't know. We got this from them. I'm not.
Who's them?
Complain way
Who's
too
them?
much.
Who's that? Who's
White people, R1B, whatever. R1B.
the white? Jews are white.
There are many.
Do you think like European Jews that
Typically not Jews. Just Jews in name.
okay?
There's no Jews. There's no even the Quran. I was wondering what Medina had to, and then in Yahud, and I was like, oh, Medina had to the ones I think who went to Babylon, and they got exiled. Probably guys, some people. And Yahud, the ones who came back from Babylon, and it's which are not the Medina Hadu, so they're not the same. Anyway, Jews from the Babylon, since the return, were not actually Jews to begin with. So
Are we evil? The people like Jews today, people who assess it as Jews, do you think we're evil? Or
The last of the Israelite nation was of the Essenes and the Jeremiah, and John, and Jesus, and Mary. That was
so what do you make of the Jews today? Are we like problematic? Like just by definition?
Imposters. You're imposters.
We're imposters,
Yeah,
but like,
it's
we're just white
a
people.
religion
trying to be-
ideology kind of like just found itself like just catching people in its orbit all around the Mediterranean, I guess.
Yo, I put the link for the Albert Pike letter. It's very short. It's like one page. You can read it.
Yeah, you've shared this with me before, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe, but like, it's honestly kind of fits in with what you were saying, because what he's saying is like, yeah, the Third World War is gonna come, and it's gonna be like the Zionists against the leaders of the Islamic world, and like this must happen in order to
already know
them just like mutually destroy each other, and all the other nations of the world are gonna pick sides, and as a result, they're all gonna get exhausted financially, spiritually, economic, everything, and then that will make way for the like one world religion of like worshiping Satan.
The West is gonna fall. That's what it says. I think even he says that.
Kind of. What he's saying is that like everybody's gonna have to pick sides between the Muslims and the Jews, or the Zionists and the Muslims.
No,
and
that's
it doesn't really matter what
that's
side.
after Edom falls.
No, that is the Third World. That is the Third World War, right? And it doesn't really matter what side you pick, because the point of the war is to exhaust all nations.
Right, you're telling me Albert Bunn doesn't say the battles between like the West and the Muslims?
No. So it's here. The Third World War must be fermented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the Agentur and of the Illuminati, which is like the Asians, between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and the political Zionist state of Israel mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. We will unleash the nihilists and the atheists, like Buttercup, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all of its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, the multitudes disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will, he's saying like people will be disillusioned with Christianity.
This is literally what is the word Illuminati. It's the whole point.
Whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its absorption, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. This manifestation will result in the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a Luciferian or something?
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what like these people are, right? So he's saying that this manifestation.
You don't necessarily Illuminati, and you're a Satanist. You know what I'm saying?
They are, though. That's kind of the point.
What they want is to ensure that pretty much lower masses or lower tiers of people or monarchs don't end up ruling over the intelligence. So really, they're magi. That's what they are. Illuminati are just magi. They believe that magi should rule.
Yes, and in order to access the highest levels of magic without God is through Satan.
I'm not talking about accent. Like I didn't bring up magi as in like to bring up magic, but like if you ever watched.
No. Well, I'm using magic in the terms of like higher powers, right? Like otherworldly powers, like divine assistance, right? And you can get that through God, and you can get that through Satan. And that's historically what's happened, right? So that's why like people would like sacrifice their children on the altars of like Moloch and stuff like that. To access more, those powers, those deeper powers.
I got your deal. Illuminati, different background, Freemason, different background. I guess I'm surprised he's a Satanist, bro. Like I don't know, like does he actually worship Satan?
That's what I mean. When you get into the higher levels of the Freemasons, that's ultimately what they are. Like they won't tell you this at the lower level. You have a bunch of like different Freemasons that are like
just the
low level.
Jewish,
They're
they're the pack. They're like the
they're
like
the foot
the
soldiers. They're the
synagogue,
pawn.
but at a different theme. Yeah, that's it. It's just the synagogue of Goyim. That's what it is.
Sure, yes. And the lower level ones, they're like pawns. Like they don't tell them.
What does Freemason mean?
I mean, masonry is like construction, right? It's like a mason is someone who works with stone.
What are they trying to construct? What kind of stone? What is it?
Well, the cornerstone, right?
Oh, you don't know?
The cornerstone.
The temple.
No, I think it's more so because the cornerstone is used in Christianity, right? As Jesus being the cornerstone of our faith, right? So they're building this false cornerstone, which is the demonic cornerstone.
Freemasons rebuilding the third temple. Look it up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. I mean, I wouldn't deny that.
That's the main reason.
No, that's a means to an end. What's the point of the third temple? No, what's the point of the third temple?
I mean, they already built it.
No, but what's the point of it? The point is not to build the third temple. The point is to bring about the Antichrist.
Oh, I got it.
Have everybody worship the Antichrist as God, Lucifer as God.
Just by rebuilding the third temple, if it would be a huge. It would be pretty much a killing blow ideologically for Christianity.
Well, that's their intention. Like that's what I'm reading right now, right? Yeah. So the last sentence of that prediction is this manifestation will result in the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. So by bringing about this Antichrist, yeah,
it's already active.
Yeah. Now this letter is, I mean, we don't really know how old it is. Like the claim is that it's from the 1870s. There's no evidence for this. Huh?
There's others like him.
There are others like him. That's true. This is in line with others. But this is definitely from the 50s at least.
Look up Moses Hess.
Oh, I know Moses Hess. Yeah.
Yep. It literally says the same shit. Literally.
Oh, peepees.
Peepees. I'll be the translator.
Thank you.
Hey, Conti.
Hi, Dad. How's it going?
The women. That's why when y'all say the red pill community hate women, we never hated women. You know, it was always about being healthy, getting on your mission and purpose, working out. Like that's what we always talked about, working out.
Bullets, hold on. Now, Bullets, if when you saying we, if you're a reflection of the manosphere, that means you niggas hate women.
No, I don't hate women, bro.
Exactly.
I don't hate women, and let me say this, Lou.
Bro, you just
I've always
talking about you hate all black women, bro.
No. That's not what I said, Lou. No, hold on. What I said on your stage, and I say this again. I said the attitudes of these women make a lot of men hate them. But to say I hate all women, that means I hate my mother. I don't hate my mother. My mother's a black woman. So when we had these conversations, we have to stop. When people come here and they talk about the red pill community,
You asking me what he said?
they have to know what they're talking about.
He definitely was dragging women. He did. He was saying y'all deserve to get a bunch of different things.
No, I did not say deserve.
No, Playboy, I don't know if I don't know what you was on last week.
They said you won
That's the only thing you on the goddamn spectrum.
You came in hollering, screaming. Literally, it was like 1:00 in the morning. You was talking for like a good 15 minutes. I mean, we let you have the floor, and you was just going in. That's why I got off my mic.
I hate women.
Hold on. That's why I got off my mic. Because I had been listening not to you for the last 3 hours.
He asked you, are you a homosexual? Because he was confused.
Yeah, I was confused as to why you were going so hard on a room of women that you didn't know. It wasn't like you were having your anecdotal experience where you were just like, yeah, this happened one time with this woman and I didn't appreciate that stuff. And I had some good experience, I had some bad experience. No, you didn't go. That was not your approach at all. You was going ham. And I'm like, yo, this shit is disturbing. Like, I wasn't offended by it just because I know you're not talking to me. But I mean, for anybody listening as like a heterosexual person, and as a man or a woman, because some men even got off their mic like, yo, dude, you taking this shit a little too far. So I don't know if you was on one. I don't know, but it just came off real crazy.
Let me say this again on the stage. Go off on these women like right? This? Hold on. Let me say this again, right? And this is why I don't like people to take my words out of context, right? That's why I have to correct people. First of all, when I say the women I'm talking about is modern day women, right? That's what people got to understand. Modern day women has a real type of mentality that is not a feminine mentality. It's a very overly aggressive masculine mentality. Disrespect, putting hands in men's faces, all type of things, disparaging the man. I've sat here in this room and in other spaces, and I've heard women call men bitches, faggot ass niggas, you gay, all these type of things. Don't even know the man, but calling them a bitch, right? Where I come from, if a woman even utter that type of word to a man, it's a problem.
So what made you go off the other day though?
What I was saying was a lot of these women be trying to shame and try to bash black men, and that's the problem. This is why black men is saying online. See, it's not me that's saying this.
So when you say these women bullets, you saying modern women?
Oh, modern women. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all, is he lying or are you telling the truth? What y'all think?
So when people talk about me hating black women, I don't hate black women. What I said is what I stand on, and I'm not going to change what I say.
All black women.
Okay,
so Lou, he said all
modern day black women. You were talking about your grandma. You was talking about all modern day black women is this, that.
Yeah, because it's the truth. It's no argument. Like, black women of the yesteryears was real black stand-up women. They didn't disrespect a man. They knew their place. Women today don't know their place as a woman.
Can you give me an example of, is there anybody in my room? Can you give me some examples?
Well, it's a lot of women. I can't ramble off the names, but it's a lot of women. I sat on the stage, Lou, and I've heard women call grown men, literally grown men that's older than them, a bitch ass nigga. And I think, like, with a lot of men, see, a lot of these men that be on your platform is respectful.
Bullets Gotti, bro. You talking about Coach Jasmine?
Most of the women is respectful.
I mean, all of them, and not only just her, but it's a lot of them that's been on this stage that I've heard them utter.
I got a question, right? When you black men carry on about black women's attitude, who the fuck told y'all got nice attitudes?
I don't curse. One thing,
y'all don't got nice attitudes. I don't expect.
I don't curse women.
I don't care about. I'm saying, like, y'all be dragging this. Like, when people ask y'all about black women, y'all only got this one complaint.
Nigga, let me say this, right, Lou?
Who the fuck said black women got
It's a waste of height.
6'8".
It's a waste of height.
Without jumping.
So let me say
this.
This nigga 6'8".
Yes, this nigga is 6'8".
This nigga
complaining about women.
Oh,
it's you at this point. You a smart dude, right? People be sleeping on your intelligence. I listen. I don't care about accents. Niggas be hearing New York accents, country accents. I pay attention. You a smart dude, right? But the way that you have this much vitriol towards women, bro, nigga, I get it. If you was like a short nigga that got picked on,
nigga 6'8".
Right? Nigga, you're sick.
What's the difference between an NBA 6'8" and a Teletubby 6'8"?
No.
Like child.
Yo, they say he hit his grandma on live while she was drunk.
Wait.
Yo, he hit his granny on live.
Can I land? There's pretty privilege for women, and then there's height privilege for men, right? So he has different. So there's no fucking way a 6'8" nigga should have any problem. You shouldn't be talking about how all modern day women is this, because you're speaking from experience. So in your experience, there's no fucking way you should be having women problems unless it's something that has something to do with you, brother.
Well, can I say this, Luke?
You 6'9".
Y'all are just wrong about
So, Luke, can I tell you?
Nigga, you're 6'10".
Okay, can I say this though, Luke? I've never had a problem.
Damn near 7 foot.
That's a fact. This nigga touching the
That's
ground.
because
I've never had.
And you live in the most diverse fucking city in the United States. You got Puerto Ricans on the left. You got Dominicans on the right. You got the Black Americans. You got the Africans. You got the Caribbeans. You got the fucking Russian bitches.
Well, can I say this on your stage, Luke? I've never had a problem talking to a female or getting a female. But what I will say is this.
So why you
like
all women though? You never had a problem.
What I will say is when I have
all modern day
conversations.
black women got bad attitudes. You said all. So you're talking about women you dealt with.
No, that's not true because the type of women I deal with
are strippers. You
You
be knocking strippers.
Oh, well, that was when I was younger. What I'm trying to tell you on the stage, Luke, is that the type of woman I go for is you gotta like me for me. I'm not going for no chick that her spirit is fucked up and her energy is all fucked up and she's not a pure
I'm short, bro. Listen, I'm 5'2". Listen. I'm 5'2". In the chat, I'm 5'2", bro. I used to get picked on for my height, bro. A nigga 5'2", bro. I know how hard it is, bro. In the chat.
But no, what I'm trying to say is, Luke, when I hear a lot of these brothers that I have faces,
I have no choice but
and I done had dialogues with a lot of dudes, and I done seen friends of mine that got straight up played by a female. You understand what I'm saying? And I just feel that a lot of those dudes is voiceless. So I'm speaking for the voiceless. I'm not speaking for myself.
Hold on.
Man, fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas.
So you telling me you screaming? Hold on. You screaming at 1 o'clock in the morning for your friends?
Yes.
No,
that sounds crazy.
I'm speaking for men.
That
I'm
sounds
speaking for men that get
y'all have an
disrespected.
interview with Bullets. It's gonna be good.
I mean, you had a lot of emotion. Like, you know, you can tell a lot about who people talk to based off their experiences, but your experience were very like hood ratish. It was very.
I never dated a hood rat.
But listen, like your complaints and some of the things that she was saying, like,
your girlfriend spit on you. That's some hood rat activity.
Yeah,
She was not. Hold on. She was not my ex-girlfriend. She was a female I was talking to. She was not my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
She was a female I was talking to.
So what is you speaking up for? Where them niggas at? Are them niggas on Clubhouse?
Yo,
Can they speak for themselves?
it was 1 a.m.
No, it's not. But see, what you gotta realize is this, right?
You saying
every man out here that's in the dating field, that's out here looking for love.
For you, outside of your homies, outside of you, your homies, they dealing with it. But you saying for you, it's all love, it's all good.
Yeah, I never dated nobody that didn't want me. So I don't know that experience. I don't know that experience of dating somebody and getting rejected. I don't know about that because I don't go looking for those type of people. I'm not into that superficial shit.
Homies?
Yes.
You know, but what I do respect is that when I hear their conversation and they tell me their complaints, I think that's kind of fucked up. I done seen females argue with dudes and basically say good morning to a female. And matter of fact, I'll give you an example. I opened the door for a female, being respectful. She ain't say thank you. She ain't say nothing. She just walked by. So what I'm saying is what I don't understand is a lot of these women just think that you're supposed to be too because they think they pussy is platinum. That's really a real narcissistic mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because we all human beings, bro. I don't go out there and show my ass and give you my ass to kiss. So you shouldn't give me your ass to kiss just because you got something between your legs and you got big titties. That's crazy to me.
That's probably why the only reason you opened the door for her in the first place.
No, I didn't open the door for that. I just saw she was behind me, and she was walking behind me, and I said, I'm going to open the door. That's just common respect. I will learn to have respect.
The things y'all complain about with women be so fucking minor. Like, y'all literally kill us at the highest
that's what I'm saying. So
y'all literally kill women. Y'all literally leave them in poverty.
I never in my life killed no woman.
The worst things that y'all say about women is not saying thank you and being mean to you. That'd be the worst shit that y'all can say about us. Y'all know the fucking shit that we can tell y'all doing, and the worst thing that you can say about a black woman is attitude. You niggas don't have good fucking attitudes.
You must have took the pink pill.
You niggas do not have good attitudes, and I'm gonna start putting it back on y'all. Black men do not have good fucking attitudes. Y'all don't.
I don't go out and argue
That's
with
a
black
general statement. You must think
I don't give
people
a
like
fuck.
Billy
Y'all
Scott.
using on us.
I never in my life argue. I never in my life go and try to argue.
Y'all complaining about holding the door for a woman. Get the fuck
That's
out.
just gentleman shit, man. We can't complain about being gentlemen, y'all. Come on, man. That's just who you are, bro.
You want to cash out from the girl? Like,
No, it's not. No, dude. It's not about a cash app. It's just today when you deal with, like, I could open the door for an elderly woman. She gonna say thank you. But when you open the door for a woman that's the same age as you,
what about like
a modern woman? She's disrespectful.
None of the women are telling.
What you saying, Lou?
I'm asking you, was the girl black?
Yeah, she was black. She was black.
Was she light skinned?
Yeah, she was light skinned.
This nigga said when she light skinned Playboy, so he said
okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. She light skinned, so she definitely don't. Yep, okay.
Stop it.
This nigga toxic as fuck.
And this is enough for him to sound how he sounded the other night, screaming like that because women didn't say thank you for it. That's the worst shit that he's saying to make him hate women the way they.
No, I don't hate women. You keep saying I hate women. I don't hate women. I hate disrespectful ass women.
And like your priorities are not even.
I hate women. I hate women that got big ego.
Simple questions. Let me ask you a simple question. If you had to give me, because you just say all women, modern day women, so give me a percentage of women that's like not right. Like if you had to guess percentage.
I mean, from the age of, I would say from the age of 20.
They went to America instead of Palestine, so they had nothing to do with 48. You know, it wasn't us. So why should I die in the 80-year-old?
How do you think weapons got to Israel from America?
You think my grandparents did it?
Oh, I'm not saying your grandparents was it, but a lot of Jews in America were working on this effort.
I know, but why am I for the crimes of other Jews?
We pay for the sins of our fathers. That's why, don't you know?
And so I have to spend taking bus with all the Jews because of what other Jewish people did.
No,
if God were that great.
But you're an atheist. Do you count?
No. I don't know. Depends. Not according to Benny Adam.
No, according to Halakha, you do know.
Do you know why I would hide you, buddy?
Why?
I'm gonna tell you later.
Okay. Sinister. How's a popsicle stick?
Hey, watch your tongue, lady. Listen, Buttercup, if I save you and I have to sit with you in, say, a basement for a month, are you gonna, like, annoy me with all the debates and,
Wait, you don't have to be in the basement. You can go out. They're coming for me.
She's gonna dominate your, prince, so you're gonna have to submit to her.
That's right.
Amir, you're disgusting. What is wrong with you, bro?
You're gonna have to
Okay, Buttercup, check me out in the
Bro,
I'm gonna colonize your basement.
this guy keeps making sexual innuendo.
It's not appropriate.
I didn't. I said, check what Fatima wrote, Buttercup, in the chat. She hates you, girl.
Bro, what's wrong with that Fatima girl? She's retarded.
Yeah, we don't know what's wrong with her, man.
Well, did you just
Come on,
kick
Fatima,
Fred?
what happened to Free Buttercup?
Yeah, she's, I don't know, man.
Amir, did you just kick Fred?
Nope. I think he probably got a clip.
That was fast.
What a lie.
Yeah, I didn't kick it. Maybe somebody waved at him. Look at what she writes in the chat. Samir, yum, he would do that. He wouldn't, Buttercup, you dumbass. Well, dangerous people. Stop acting like a pick-me, Buttercup. You come over like a dumbass. Why do you beg there? What is this, Buttercup? I'm older than her.
We're just hanging out. We're doing it's just.
I thought this was your bestie. You used to love her.
I still love her. I still love Fatima.
You guys love each other.
Stop the cab. There's some beef right there.
No, I think she's beautiful.
You want that back and forth fight? We should have a fight night.
I think she's beautiful. I think she's smart.
Stop it, Buttercup. Stop pretending. Stop pretending.
Kind. She's a girl's girl. She looks out for
You
girls.
know it. You know, you don't have to put on this fake.
She's a badass.
For you.
Alright.
It won't protect you. From
She don't. She don't.
This
like
is all hypotheticals, Fatima. Calm down. It's fine. There's no 80-year-old curse. It's okay.
No.
It's not an
believe in
80.
magic.
It's not an 80-year-old curse.
We don't believe in like
Year
ancient.
curse.
Right. We don't believe in that.
Hold on. The Torah definitely has magic in it. Like it literally says Moses was
I don't believe in the Torah. I'm an atheist.
I'm just saying, like we as
You're an atheist or a Jew?
I'm an ethnic and cultural Jew, but I don't believe in God or anything. I'm not religious.
That's gay.
Buttercup, what can I ask you this? Look, not in a wrong way. I'm just wondering,
Mhm.
what connects you to the other Jewish people? Is it being Israeli? Is it being a Jew? Is it being culture? Is it food? Is it clothes? Is it cars? What connects you to?
Ethnicity is a fluid thing, so it's shared history, it's common food, it's these old books that bind us together, the literature, right?
Chocolate donuts is common food.
It's persecution that sort of cemented us as an ethnicity. The Nazis racialized us, right? And then the state of Israel further cemented us as an ethnicity with defining Jews a certain way. I mean, all ethnicity is a social construct, but it comes down to shared history, language, food, literature. These are things that bind us and make us an ethnicity, right? And like,
Can I say this? If the Holocaust did not happen, right? Do you think they would have still established the state of Israel?
I doubt it.
I mean,
I
they
think
started coming in.
I think there would be immigration there, but people always immigrate and move around the world. That's just normal.
No, but they would still wanted to establish a state, right? Like a Jewish nation or something, right?
I think the I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? We could hypothesize forever, but I do think the Holocaust did make the case that the Jews are, it did sort of reinforce sort of the philosophy that like Jews are not safe even when they assimilate. They're always vulnerable, So it did give them a lot of clout.
So you're going based on your identity because the Jews sort of like racialize you guys as Jews.
No, it's not. No, I just told you ethnicity.
Hitler.
Listen, okay, where are you from? Are you Pakistani? Like, there's people who, ethnicity it comes down to having a shared experience, right? And history, and when all of your like the way Palestinians became a people because they experienced the Nakba, right? That's a shared history, a shared event that you have a collective memory, right?
Palestinians before the Nakba.
Right, exactly. And then they experience the Nakba. So these things reinforce peoplehood, right? This is how ethnicities evolved. Okay? And every sociologist and historian in history has always said that ethnicity is socially constructed and it's based on shared history, collective memory, shared food, language, old books. I don't know what else you want from us. We literally have all the markers of an ethnicity.
No, but I'm asking you. So
I have to explain sociology.
Can you give me the food? Can you give me hold on, Bani Adam. Can you give me the list of food that you're talking about that connects you to being a Jew?
Yeah, so historically we eat something hot on Saturday morning, and because the Shabbat, we're not supposed to cook, they keep it warm overnight in a warm oven, and so this is something Jews.
No, but that's according to religious practice, right? Let's say you don't believe in religion, right?
Yeah, that's religion.
Yeah, but ethnicity, shared religion also informs ethnicity, right?
No, we're not talking.
Yeah. No, it does.
The fluidity of ethnicity.
No, Buttercup, I agree with you. Shared religion absolutely does establish or reinforce ethnicity, right?
Jeez.
But when you
Look how old
take
that
yourself
room
out
is
of that
in
religion,
Max's profile.
right? So you're taking yourself out of that ethnicity or a component of that ethnicity, at the very least.
Well, I'm not practicing, but I'm culturally Jewish. It's not like I don't.
Okay, so this is a room called "Is Zionism Responsible for Settler Violence?" in Amir's house with this Pakistani Muslim terrorist promoting piece of shit Amir. It's just a restream of somebody else's room. It's a waste of time. I'm just trolling him by creating this room. But, you know. Hi, Nora.
I really dislike you.
You just like me?
I'm here.
Oh, Amir. Oh, good. What up, Max?
What up, buddy? I just re-downloaded Clubhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Clown House.
Introducing Max, the newest clown in Clown House.
Are you flossing now, Max? Did you floss today?
Not today, but yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before.
I'm flossing right now.
Yo, Max.
You are. I use dental tape. I don't use dental floss.
Max, the dentist that I am not dating but seeing apparently, she doesn't brush her teeth all the time before she goes to sleep. I'm like, you're a dentist. How do you not?
Each other, John.
How do you not brush your teeth before you go to sleep? How do you not floss before you go to sleep? How are you a dentist and you don't do those basic things on your own teeth?
She's sleeping with you without brushing her teeth.
Couldn't believe it. I was like, you're not gonna brush your teeth? She's like, I will brush in the morning. I'm like, oh my god, you're a dentist. How do you not brush your teeth before you go to sleep?
Did you get her pregnant?
No, she told me, don't come inside me. I don't want to take Plan B.
No, because she used his cum as mouthwash.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So she doesn't have to brush her teeth because John's cum is full of fluoride.
Makes perfect sense.
Oh, if it was only that simple. If I was the problem to every woman's dental problems, I'd be a wealthy man. So how's your new life in a different state, in a different town, in a different environment? No more 777.
No more 777, but there's parts that I missed. But tonight was great because my brother and I cooked a whole Israeli meal with. He made homemade baba ganoush, and I made.
Max, you all took baba ganoush too?
And I made what's it called? Like kebabs, basically in a food processor. I put blended parsley and zucchini and onion and chicken and all these spices and olive oil and made just amazing, basically these chicken like meatball type things in the oven. They were delicious. And then my brother made homemade pita bread. That was good, but it wasn't like the best pita bread I've ever had.
How do you feel about olives?
Olives I don't love, but I'll eat like blue cheese olives in a martini. That's the best type of olive, is a blue cheese olive. Or I like black olives, not on pizza, but I like black olives.
I just heard the word Israeli and then followed it by baba ganoush.
Why? Because it's Middle Eastern.
I mean, do you consider baba ganoush as a Jewish food?
The Middle Eastern food. What would you say it is?
It is. I was just testing your affinity to the land by asking your affinity to olives.
Oh.
This is an affinity examination here.
Because it is the land of olives.
So Max, Nora and I have been on this stupid app all fucking day long like losers. And all
But John has been productive. I didn't watch Young Sheldon today, so it was an unproductive day.
This girl loves Young
Is that a
Sheldon.
real picture of you, Nora?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Do you like my scar?
I don't see it. I thought that's cleavage.
Not on my chest, on my chin.
Oh.
Max, What I'm trying to say is, what the hell was I gonna say? Well, anyways, I have recorded and clipped Nora all day long on this stupid app, and this is the final show. Call the FBI and report Amir the terrorist promoter.
John, let me ask you this. Have you actually interacted with the FBI because of Clubhouse?
Not verbally, but on X I have, yeah.
I've actually interacted with the FBI because of Clubhouse in 2021.
Well, it was a long time ago.
2021.
And how do you know that they were the FBI and not impersonating?
No, I contacted the FBI.
Oh, what's their phone number?
I went in person. I went to their office in Louisville.
Oh, you live in Louisville?
No, I live in Lexington.
Okay. I was just in Louisville last week.
Oh.
A couple days before the UPS plane crash.
Oh wow. Are you in Indiana?
Shit.
I'm in Nashville now.
Oh no. Also called Catville.
I didn't know that.
Did they ever find out what happened with the UPS plane crash? I never saw the follow up.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna Google it.
I didn't go to the FBI to tell them to investigate it more.
That was when I went to the FBI. Sometimes the FBI came to me.
Why did you go to the FBI?
Because look at his title. Because of people like that.
You called the FBI on John?
Not on me. Somebody she knows.
No, I'm just like all these crazy people.
Did they threaten you?
Yeah, of course.
Did they threaten you?
I don't remember. 2021 was a long time ago, but there was another guy that was like doing some crazy stuff a couple years ago. But they really can't do much for internet crimes. Like they'll tell you to go to the OCI. OCI, is that the website for the ice? What does that look like? OCI.
Oh shit.
Something like that. Some kind of.
OnlyFans International.
I don't think so.
Oh, OCI. Oh, OCI. Okay.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
FBI.
Holy shit. There was 300,000 pounds of jet fuel on the plane when it crashed, and it was going 210 miles per hour.
What was the? I saw that 2 people had died, but they weren't from the actual plane. The plane was empty, right? It was just like right?
I don't know, but I had a package for work that I wanted sent from Chicago to Minneapolis, and I've been tracking it, and it went from Chicago to Louisville. Then the next stop is Minneapolis. So I'm assuming Louisville is a big and it was through UPS. So I'm assuming Louisville is a big UPS.
This is El Normo.
Yeah, that's originally a FedEx innovation. Everything goes to one place and point to another. For some reason, it's more efficient. It's like a business school level lesson innovation.
El Normo, this is my friend Max, formerly of Chicago, and guess how Max? No, Normo, guess how Max and I met.
I can't hear you, John.
John, he looks like you.
Yeah, that is me. That's PTR.
Max, you
we're twins.
Did I miss anything? Were we talking about Amir, or are we over that?
No, who's Amir?
He's a guy.
I just went in the bathroom and I thought I saw myself, but I actually saw Amir.
Amir.
Maybe you saw yourself in the mirror.
I think I saw myself in a mirror.
We see a lot of ourselves in others.
That's true.
I'm glad you invited me, John.
Yeah, can you hear me? Is this better?
Yeah. I spoke to them briefly, but they were. It's such an encounter with La La Land.
Wait, John, I thought you wanted Norm to talk to Mikhail.
He did.
I did. I wanted him to.
I didn't have a link. Mikhail gets unhinged though, so it's not so productive. He's quite mad.
But I bet you didn't block him like you blocked me.
He's definitely on some kind of tranquilizer tonight. That's for sure.
I sometimes, if I get frustrated with a conversation, I'll often block the person. But I've had it with them. It's true with people in my life as well. I could always change. I mean, I probably am out of touch with far too many people. Know so many interesting people. I should be more in touch with them and not like attach these emotional valences to them that are so idiosyncratic. But he's like a character. What's that?
Mikhail's okay. Mikhail's okay. He's just on his own journey of trying to understand. I mean, do you blame us? Some people lose their mind.
And racism.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
did he do that to me, John?
I've seen him scream the N-word. I've seen him scream the N-word for hours at a time. Well, people set him up. I think he has a bad relationship with his father, and so he reacts to music on
his father died in Gaza.
Well, so he says, but it must have been a bad relationship. I think there's a lot of child abuse in this world, and then it gets passed on. It makes the next generation very violent and murderous and crazy. And he really reacts to me, possibly I think because I'm older, also because I'm Jewish.
Max, are you Jewish as well?
He hates black people too, and he hates black people, gay people. Who was that, Max? Yeah, I think I've heard of him. In the Jewish secret meetings where we control the banks in the world, and the media, and the weather.
And the doors that like cut Nora's face open.
This was actually
Well, made me walk into the door or trip into a door.
This is not your retarded
Jews!
in your flyover state. This is Pete. Are you retarded?
There is.
You just told me that you do. That you want to control everything.
Demonstrated weakness.
About our secret meetings, but a person with some level of sanity would understand that that's self-mocking hyperbole.
The reality is that
So if somebody dishes it back, it's not the equivalent.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the rule of polite society is one mocks oneself,
Afghanistan tomorrow,
where it is considered charming to mock somebody
and they all use our dollar, and they're a cock.
and rude.
Come on, try
And
for
we
20 years
promised.
more.
No, we don't want Afghanistan. But you know, the problem you couldn't have internet connectivity.
that you have a lot of uneducated people, just like in Afghanistan. They have lack of schools where kids are from, lack of higher education. Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, said this is a failure. Do you understand the word that was coming out of my mouth?
Democratize Afghanistan. We shouldn't have tried to democratize Afghanistan.
Yeah, you're president.
Democratize Afghanistan.
I just wish that you didn't do the voodoo on me that made me like trip and
Now you're
cut my
talking
face.
about how we fucked them up and we came here.
Listen, I don't want to argue with a bunch of people that when I wipe my ass and I look at it, it literally looks like you. So I don't want to even like talk. I don't want to argue about this. I don't want to argue. We shouldn't have been in Afghanistan to begin with.
Really, you're right, because you guys are retarded anyway. It's true.
Or
And you're on top faggots up north.
You're
just a fact.
I burned some. Do you know what
Yeah, you're our cuck faggots. Selling furniture. I don't sell furniture, bitch.
Furniture salesman.
My husband
You guys
used
are
to
good
sell
at
it, and I
it, bro.
have
I have
You think I'm a furniture salesman?
I literally have. If I wipe my ass,
I don't really know how to use it. My father
You are literally a stinky curry.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
You're a stinky curry.
It's very good.
I need an ottoman chair. I need an ottoman chair.
You are the
No,
reason
I
why I
don't. The only smoke that I tolerate is a little bit of my dad used to also do the same thing. Like I love it. That's the only I love the smell of wood. I wish my house was full of wood.
Exactly. The past 2 years. You're an idiot. You're an oil baron, and you pretend to.
But what
does you're on the app all day.
I mean, I don't know where the parts are, but I had charcoal and the part and I had this
You get a little burner for $19.
I don't know. I had all the stuff and I had like the most amazing smelling wood, but I think somebody accidentally threw it away. So
That's what happened to me.
yeah, it sucks.
Have to get one. Anyway, weren't we on something? You wish we wouldn't do something.
Norm, did you? Yeah, I'll show you. This is the voodoo that you want. Let me show you.
Oh.
1 second. Let me get it.
Oh, El Normo, you got to see Max's dad's business. It's called Pronunciation Workshop, and he teaches. A large percentage of his students are Muslims overseas that are learning how to speak American English. And anyways,
You're not close to the thing of getting most of your.
So Norm, why did you do this voodoo on me? BTR.
I'm not sure which voodoo. So
That's why he was successful.
I know,
right?
it's so sad.
He was kind of unknown.
You remind me of my
And he did his
brother
thing when he would go on
who used
trade.
to say he's accident prone.
It's so sad. He was talking to me.
So that is one of the real example. I had that not only once. I was kind of maybe that's a coincidence. I tried it for at least
joke that
twice.
you play is like,
And,
Norm, why'd you do this to me?
having that, that's why I played that one just now. When this guy is a non-Muslim, he was given
Perspective of
the
the
understanding
potential victim that
in
everything that's wrong is
From the Jew?
one evildoer. Yeah.
Hmm.
You can meet up with me.
Okay.
At the same time, you revere us because we're the people of the book and you know who we are.
That's as far as I'm gonna go. I'm not
Your
gonna
book.
go back and look at that idiot.
You think about us a lot, often as
I think about Jesus.
source of. Well, that's new for you, right?
No.
No. You thought about Jesus before the fellow who shall remain unnamed? Who came up in my Insta feed? Huh?
Why do you come in your Insta feed?
Why do I come in here and what?
I said, why would he come in your Insta feed? That's funny.
Say again?
You said he came into your Insta feed.
Y'all shoot, nigga. I ain't going.
Y'all can have this shit. At the end of the day, I know what I was laughing at.
Are you just like trolling me right now?
Is it? No, I'm not. Maybe Max, if you mute up, because I think you're feeding back into Max's open mic. Why would John? You want to mute Max?
I said, why would he come in your Insta feed?
Oh,
That's weird.
I guess because the Insta feed is reading my contacts from here. I'm seeing
I got permanently banned on Instagram.
What a surprise.
You're welcome. I'm sure you had nothing to do with it.
No, I control all the media.
Exactly.
But it's just weird. I have to write about this. This is a little bit like Jean-Paul Sartre's anti-Semite and Jew, like one can't exist without the other. Because
You do realize Palestinians are Semitic people, right?
not a really meaningful term, Semitic people.
Okay,
They
then
speak a Semitic
don't say
language.
Don't say anti-Jewish. Don't say anti-Semitic. Say anti-Jewish. which I'm not.
Well, anti-Semitic has a particular meaning in the dictionary. It means anti-Jew.
Then why not just say anti-Jew?
I sometimes do, but also words have meanings, and I uphold their meanings.
Yeah, words have meanings.
Even if you don't understand them. It's like the word, there's no butter in a buttercup, and there's no cup either, but that's the name of that flower. So you could say, well, why don't you just call it flower petal yellow? You could, but that's not its name. So after 200 years or so, things happen. It's 150 years. But I don't know why it would bother you that there's a word for Jew hate. I mean, you don't identify yourselves as...
No, it bothers me that you're with other Semites.
Arabs.
I don't like that you're...
It bothers me that what?
It bothers me that you're with other Semites.
We're not erasing. We're not disputing that you speak a Semitic language.
It's not that we speak a Semitic language, we're Semites, so just like...
Well, Semite isn't really a category of person. It's a language
children
category.
Of Shem.
What?
It's the children of Shem.
No.
Yeah.
That's some misunderstanding of the Bible or the Torah or the Quran, whatever you read. It's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people who speak one of or several of 5 major languages. Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, Amharic, and Phoenician.
The children of Shem, according to the Bible, were Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram, also along with other unnamed sons and daughters from this lineage of the nations of the Middle East, like the Assyrians, Elamites, and Hebrews, eventually emerged. Arpachshad is a key figure in the line, and his descendants, Eber, and the ancestor of the Hebrews, and Jesus is traced back through this line in the New Testament.
Yeah. So we're not really going to the Bible for our definitions, though it's an important divine document.
Shem is the ancestor of the Semitic peoples, a term derived from his name.
We go to science when we want to understand scientific matters. We don't go to Shem.
As a scientist, I reject your science.
You want to do Bible science? You want to rub frankincense and myrrh on people when they get sick?
Probably better than the hospital. Hospitals just...
You could just sacrifice.
Okay, I'm putting Nora in the audience for a little time out. I think maybe she needs to take a couple deep breaths for 10 minutes. That's my suggestion.
Well, I don't think you should just do that preemptively.
Well, she's got her cut up, wounded face as her PTR. Can you hear me?
Sort of.
Testing.
You know what's interesting about girls? They just want to be loved.
Oh, Nora wants to be loved by Diego. That's her problem. I asked her question. We were playing the tarot game today, looking at tarot cards, and all her questions was, how much longer till I get to see Diego again? Does Diego still love me? Questions like that. I mean, and so part of the rules of my house was that she couldn't repeat herself. And anytime she repeated herself, I would, play the symbols. And I played the symbols multiple times. But it was a fun game, I thought.
You two are a good match, by the way. Because you have compassion. Did you read her, Tanya?
Yeah, we've read all kinds of books together.
It's a good deal.
She's a nice girl, but, I don't know. Maybe she's less programmed than even Buttercup at this point.
Maybe she's less what?
Less radicalized than even Buttercup.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I was listening to Buttercup in Amir's room and live streaming her. I mean, she's an atheist. I guess. I mean, she didn't even use the word humanist, but it's pretty pathetic the way she describes herself.
Did you record it?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, it's in, it might be in this room, actually. Pretty sure it's in this room.
Send me a clip.
Well, when this room ends, you can just go back and click on your profile and then listen to the Amir room prior to us speaking here.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting insight into her game that she plays on here with everybody.
The game of pretending to have the best interest of the Jewish people in mind, when in fact she wants to destroy us.
I would just call it her social game, you know, because let's be honest, she's not going anywhere, and this is just a pathetic waste of her time, and so you know, that's why I say. I mean, if you listen to the way she describes herself, you could have more compassion because you realize how stupid she is. She doesn't read books. She sat there and questioned Mikhail, can you teach me this? Can you show me this? How do I get this? And I just kept writing the check.
About Buttercup?
Buttercup. Yeah, I said, Buttercup, you gotta read a book, stupid. And then she's like, kick John. He's being mean. Philosophy. Mikhail was going on. She claims that she's a philosopher. Well, Mikhail was going on.
I think she was going out with him for a minute.
They were talking about her butthole and black holes. Prince was saying he was going to copulate with her and show so he could see her black hole. I mean, anyways, it's just a joke, Norm. I mean, I'm not joking. Like this is what these people talk about. It is what it is. But anyways, Max, I know Max here from Chabad, and we've been friends for, I don't know.
Is this Max Rice?
No, this is Gruber.
Well, hello to you. If you're a friend of John, then you're okay in my book.
Yeah, Max is a Talmud Chacham. His dad married a gorgeous woman who converted, and his dad is a world-famous speech therapist that teaches non-native English speakers how to speak English. There's no bigotry against you, Nora. You're going to be able to come back up here. Just raise your hand. But I just put you in the timeout because, I felt like you could use...
I think that was a little abusive.
To put her in the goo?
Let her back up because I'm curious about this picture, why her face is...
She tripped and hit the screen door of her house.
Norm did voodoo.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, you insulted him.
Okay, there's no such thing as voodoo in the Jewish religion.
Well, what's your point?
How's that an insult?
Because if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
I think you kicked him out.
I didn't kick him out. He said, I'm out of here.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Anyways, yeah, this catfish here, Max, tripped and cut her face on her door.
I'm more of a scarfish now.
At least she's got a sense of humor. So, Max, are you working out? Because I just ate a large cheese pizza by myself. I mean, I didn't go to the gym today, but...
I asked you if you were going to eat pizza today earlier. You've had pizza for 3 nights in a row.
Oh, no. Don't remind me.
What did I eat for dinner? Oh, I had labana.
What's that, goat milk?
You don't know what labana is? And you call yourself a Jordanian visitor.
The dairy product, Lebanon.
Yeah, Lebanon, olive oil, and olives, and bread.
Max, did you join a gym out there yet? Did you find a nice Equinox with hot 24-year-old?
Yeah, I did join a gym. It's called Langford Farms. You can look it up.
Nice.
It's a 4-minute drive away.
Nice.
And it's they just redid it, but it's like an old barn basically.
Mm-hmm. Cool. As long as you break a sweat, get your pump.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like, everything they have is, so you can shovel hay, you can milk the cows and get like a wrist workout. It's all like,
What?
farm work.
You go work. You bro. If you're not moving metal, man, you're just farming. That's not a workout.
I'm kidding.
Well, I always encourage Nora here to go to the gym.
I used to work out regularly, John, and then I injured my face.
Yeah.
Okay?
So what? You still need to go to the gym and work out. You can't be on Clubhouse all day long talking all day long.
It's exercise for my face. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, good night. Talk to you soon.
See ya. All right, bye.
Bye.
I don't mind being fat.
No one minds being fat. Are you brushing your teeth?
Yeah, even brushing my teeth is a sport. My face is not.
Painful.
Nora has me blocked.
He blocked you?
Yeah, so many people blocked me.
Oh. I wonder why.
I can't really feel. Oh, it's okay. Oh well.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Amir's room. How did I do this here? Okay. Let's listen back into the terrorist supporter, Amir.
Calling ethnicity. So I really think it's up to the group and how much of that they choose to make part of their identity. And I think that's why traumatic experiences.
For example, this big melting pot. Most ethnicities over time are diluted, and people don't identify. People who are an eighth black or an eighth Hispanic don't necessarily identify as Hispanic. Over time, all ethnicities get diluted, right? And similarly,
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think, Buttercup, one thing we're missing is that Nargis doesn't recognize that this Persian identity is something artificially created during the time of the Shah. Right, it doesn't have like some deep roots. There wasn't like a living tradition identity. What she's referring to. Listen. This specific Persian identity that if you ask what is it, it's going to be remnant of things that were created in modern times. There's not access to some culture and identity for 1,000 years.
From like thousands of years.
I know. I'm saying you got to look. I know a lot of Persians in different cities, right? Usually they are Persian because they're not Muslim, so they're trying to reconstruct an identity. But even there, if you actually talk to them, a lot of their language, right, is the Islamic language. A lot of their practices are going to be like tied to religious practices, but they're trying to create the separation. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Like, who am I to say what's true Persian culture? What I'm saying is that you have to recognize also that a lot of things were created in modern times as a way to try to unify a group of people, really based on history from 5,000 years ago. We can't deny that.
Well, Muslim, I'm gonna push back on this a little bit. So many Iranians nationality. When they call themselves Persian, it's not to say that we're not Muslim. The reason is because well, at least in America, I can tell you in the 1980s with the Iran-Iraq War, and after the 1970s hostage crisis, the name Iran or being Iranian had a very bad stigma to it. But it's not because of Islam, it's because of, just as...
You want to say we're not Arab? That's what
we're
it's
the
doing.
good guys and we're the bad guys.
No,
Well,
you're saying
in
we're
the
not
1980s, the Iraq was the good guy and Iran was the bad guy. Okay, so that's why Iranians call themselves Persians, is to get away from that negative stigma. And, we're like we a lot of us fled that country because of the rule of the Islamic Republic, and then we come to country like America seeking a better future, and then we're called terrorists here. You know what I mean? It's such a bad. We put a lot of. That's one of the reasons. Second, when we talk about our Persian identity, it's way before, and I don't know which king you're talking about, but it goes back way further than that. When we talk Persian heritage, even people today that are practicing Muslims will often go back to the time of Zoroaster and refer to a 5,000-year heritage. So if you look at how we celebrate our New Year and the spring equinox, if you look at a lot of the traditions we have, they far precede the time where Iran or Persia was even Muslim. Okay, so
yes, I know Taco, but let me give you the example, Taco. I'm understanding what you're saying, Taco. Here's the other example that relates. It's in the same way that Americans want to connect themselves to Roman history, right? Like there's this sense of, our identity traces back to this much longer tradition, the Romans and the Greeks, etc. Right? There's like Stoicism. A lot of people study this stuff, when they come from a European American background. What I'm saying is I'm not denying that the Persian existed far before, the Arab conquests and the time. Even Iran itself, that region, that went through several transformations, right? The fact that it's Shia now wasn't its entire history. What I mean, like, that I understand the identity, the acknowledgement of what you want to call yourself. I understand that. But there is a culture, and I'll give you one, it's a silly example, but ask yourself how many Persians do you know that drive around in G-Wagons, right? And it's connection to the time of the Shah rather than a connection to, let's say, some several thousand-year-old history. All I'm saying is that sometimes it's a little more superficial. And it's usually because you're trying to create a new identity. And most of the identities, it's most of world identity today, especially the nation-state identity, is completely artificial. Like it's constructed on top of actual tradition and culture in a way to formulate this thing that could unite a group of people with artificial boundaries.
It's a way to organize ourselves. That was really smart, Taco. That was really smart. Like in America, it's like you read Philip Roth. You like Woody Allen. You have Woody Allen glasses. You talk with your hands. These are all like superficial things that make you Jewish. You become a doctor or a lawyer. These are all like kind of superficial constructs, which is just the way we like humans, as the human species, like to categorize ourselves, right?
Yeah. Now, Muslim, I have a question for you. It seems I'm just gonna
What
take a guess
up, dude?
here, but are you?
Huh? Oh, how's it going?
I just did a little live joke tonight.
Are you swiping right on Hinge?
Nah, I did a little live show on Christian nationalism.
What's your topics about?
It was about Christian nationalism. I did with my buddy Bill. We did a whole show about the history of Christian nationalisms, and it was good.
Well, what do you think? George Bush, Dick Cheney are the outcomes of Christian nationalism?
No, I talked about how basically I think we do need the cultures are religious and largely there aren't really secular cultures, right? And Stalin is the example of this, right? That like Stalin, it's like you get secular religion if you try to just secularize things, it really doesn't work. And so it was interesting. I leaned a lot on T.S. Eliot.
was fun.
Anything that you learned?
Identity. We had this Reconstructionist rabbi respond test. He had a great thing about just basically how people feel threatened when their identity is challenged, and a lot of stuff we see is, in some extremism, people feeling like their identity is not valued. And I thought it was interesting. It was good. It was really fun.
I have a clubhouse room open right now called Call the FBI. Report a mirror. 1-800-CALL the FBI.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah, my campaign marches on. But November 18th, we have 4.
Did you like my
hearings.
intro of you at the room the other day?
Yeah, it was good. I got kicked out of there today for claiming that Marshall claimed that he was a communist and a socialist. Yeah, you weren't in there, but I got kicked out, and then I spammed the Facebook Messenger chat with my donation link, and then quoted what Marshall said in a room, and Gary got furious.
I love it.
Totally worth it, though. Marshall is the dumbest, somewhat nice guy you've ever met. Not that much of a gentleman. I mean, he can go off on people, and he has horrible listening skills, and he's something's off with him. But
I love when you said stank and rankin.
yeah, that's what he is. He's stinking reggae. He's got fucking meth mouth. He's got fucking dry flakes coming off his lips, probably dandruff.
Dude, you're pretty funny, buddy. You say a lot. I love it.
Lots of freckles. You gotta roast people because otherwise shit gets boring, dude. People need to get made fun of. I mean, I've been in enough situations where if people weren't willing to make fun of people, it would have been just miserable. I guess that German term, Schadenfreude, taking joy in somebody else's misery or suffering or something. It's like some sick. Like comedy is a little sick and twisted, because you're laughing at somebody else's expense. Anyways, well, I'll be looking forward to watching your Christian nationalism. Alan Watts was always claiming that the Bible's a very dangerous book, and we have to be on the watch out for Christian nationalists. But they never seem to become a problem, unless they just blended right in.
Wait, buddy, I'm going to send you the link. I'm going to put the audio version up. I'm going to do a better audio than this, but here's the link to we got 26 views so far. All right, that's not bad. This is a TV station filmed it. The local TV station filmed it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this is their YouTube feed, not mine.
Was it tied into this guy's? Did this guy have a book or anything, or was it just
No, it was just me and my buddy Bill who did this podcast. So we just we co-hosted it. We do this podcast together, my friend Bill and I, called New Persuasive Words. So there you go, buddy. There's the link to the show. That's a pretty good picture.
Are you gonna download it?
Yeah, I'll probably download it and put it on my own YouTube channel.
Let's see. Well, you want to live stream this tomorrow? Want to live stream the audio tomorrow on YouTube, on Clubhouse?
Yeah, whatever.
Is this guy Jewish?
What's that?
Is this guy Jewish?
No, but we had a rabbi respond.
Why is he wearing a kippah?
Oh, the rabbi. That guy's a rabbi. The respondent's a rabbi, yeah.
Oh. No comments yet? I'm going to be the first to comment. How, very interesting, Scott.
Yeah, it's nice to see you get off Clown House and get in the real world.
Nat TV. Nat TV serves as a community media hub. Vermont's 25 community media centers. Wow, cool. They have this.
They did a great job videoing it, but their audio was just a little desktop audio, so I could show you like I'll text you like my audio is gonna
You
be
should have live streamed it onto Clown House.
So what we did, what I did was, Bill had a little sound system, a little portable sound system, like not a portable, but like a little PA system he'd set up in like a fellowship hall, a synagogue or a church or whatever. And so I have a Zoom H6 like audio recorder. So I plugged that into the mics that we were using. See, that video is not getting the sound directly off the mics we're using. Mm-hmm. It's just picking up the room audio. So I plugged into the soundboard itself and got a relay then and cleaned up the audio. So I have a really nice audio copy.
Well, if you want to get more views, this is how I've done it over the years, is just post it to Reddit. I can mass post it for you, but I'll just post it to all the Christian Reddit threads, and it should get you some views. Give you more search engine juice. But it'll get you views right out of Reddit. A lot of people use Reddit. And then you should create a room about it on Clubhouse and then live stream the audio and break it down and clip it. And yeah, you could clip it. You could sit there and stream yourself watching it and then clip the audio of you listening to it, for like consequential parts. Or I clipped Clubhouse all day long. I did a tarot card reading room. A lot of romance questions from pathetic girls.
Nice.
Ain't never getting that guy back because he's already taken. And you got to get to the gym.
Bro, this morning I got up this morning. I did 200 push-ups, 205 push-ups in sets, like 30, 30, 30. Like I got to and then I did 10 minutes of like some cardio, and then I did 10 minutes of yoga.
Nice.
My road workout.
On the road again. Scott's a Christian man on the road again.
I got a big Jew coming on the podcast Thursday.
Spreading the word of the gospel for Christ again. Scott's gonna bring big Jesus back from the dead.
No, I'm big into Jesus.
Well, why is Uncle Steve so sensitive about, atheists essentially just believing in, believing that the book club is, just fantasy. It's all just science fiction. What's the deal with Uncle Steve? I mean, he lost his marriage, he lost his career, he lost his faith. And now he's living in the lifestyle, hanging out with young African American men.
The lifestyle.
What happened? He lost his great integrity. He lost his great integrity. Well, I created a new house today called Uncritically Thinking.
I love it.
And I was live streaming Gary's room into it because people are like, what's his face, David or whatever, he's like, I'm voting Republican, but we have to do everything we can do to stop Trump and stop this administration. I'm like, what? How are you voting? How are you claiming you're a Republican, but you want to destroy the government? Dude, people are not handling Trump well. Not even close. Trump has people up at night. They can't stop thinking about this guy. Their whole lives have essentially become one orange melange. And he's just getting started, man. They're going to expand capacity for these deportations. They really think they can achieve 20 million. They're going to have $1 million a month turnover? What? Do you believe that? They're like buying up all this like warehouse facilities so they can, they're going to literally take over an Amazon warehouse, multiple Amazon warehouse facilities so they can do a million. Like, how's that possible? Where the anyways? Big career opportunity. Big opportunities ahead of you.
I love it.
That's what people in the IRS kept telling me. Oh, this is a great career. So many opportunities ahead of you. These fucking people have been parasiting off the government for like 40 years. Full pensions. Never left the job. Just still sitting there doing nothing every day. Maxing out at GS14 Series 30.
GS14, baby.
Getting paid the salary of a motherfucking 5-star general. 40 years at the IRS. There was one guy, he was 96 years old working at the IRS. I was like, how old is that guy? He's like, oh, he's 96. I was like, that motherfucker is still working at 96? Oh my God. The GS65, he had been there 65 years.
You know what the temperature is in Vermont right now?
What?
28 degrees.
Dude, you should be swiping right, like, whenever I travel, man. I mean, if you're single, like, now's the time to do some fishing, because you're that new guy, and, like, the dopamine for somebody new is huge. So you have all these chicks in town being like, oh, who's this new guy Scott in town? Who's this new guy Scott in town? Swipe right, swipe right.
I love you, buddy.
It's true, dude. I'm telling you, man.
I know.
Miracles happen.
But you're a good dude, man. You really are.
I'm looking out for you because I'm only telling you what I want. I think my taste preferences or my aesthetic is is pretty good. I've always had good taste.
I love it, buddy. All right, buddy. Well, I'm gonna head to bed.
Okay, safe travels.
Hey, buddy. I'll see you in the room tomorrow.
Okay, hasta mañana, amigo.
All right, pal. Good to hear your voice.
Okay,
Talk to you later.
Bye. This is the show that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends.
Now I want you to just let yourself melt a little bit. Just. Can't laugh. Have to relax. I want you to close your eyes. Everything can wait. Everything can wait. The world can wait. The world can wait.
Okay, maybe we should create an ASMR. Oh, we can just look at the immersion.
There's a lot of church fathers that would disagree with that. Especially, and here's the ironic part, especially the Alexandrian ones. Because the Alexandrian ones, being from Egypt, knew Egyptian history, and they knew that this shit didn't actually happen, right? So they came to the interpretation of, this must be like an allegory of some sense. Because they knew for a fact that 600,000 people did not leave Egypt and then go to Palestine. Like that's just not possible. Right? So they came to the interpretation that this must be an allegory. This is not actually literally true. Yeah, this is very well founded in church history.
There's a difference between what you're saying and what gone.
So stop mocking Christianity in the chat, otherwise I'll have to kick you out of my fucking room. Sure.
Listen, man, a lot of Christians have a misunderstanding of what Christianity is, and honestly, I agree with all of them.
I think Nadia should be a Christian because if you can't call yourself a Muslim and say you don't believe the Quran is a divine word of God.
Yeah, man, honestly, she's close enough. She's basically a Christian Muslim.
Who?
You.
That's the earliest.
Why?
That's Nora's earliest.
Because you're a Neoplatonist.
How does that make me a Christian Muslim?
Yeah, because Neoplatonism works better with.
I want to hear from Samson.
Neoplatonism is much older than Christianity.
Samson, are you Christian?
Yeah, it's older. Obviously, it's older.
No, Neoplatonism is probably its Plotinus model, probably adopted by people before him. Like, this is not new to the human family or the human philosophy.
No, it's not. Of course not.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and that goes to
doesn't
show
make you
that.
Christian, Muslim, or anything.
No, kind of. But no, hold on. But that goes to show.
Abide by like radiation or ultimate reality of things. Like
Yeah,
radiation.
but that goes to show, Norgus, and I think you would agree with this, that we didn't need the prophets, right, to come to this conclusion. That the prophets came to give us this conclusion from a Christian mindset, of course, as a result of God's grace.
Yeah.
Not out of necessity.
It is God's mercy.
Yes, out of God's grace and mercy that He sent prophets to explain to us.
I agree,
Yes.
the intermediary or the.
But they were not necessity.
I think me being a necessitarian, a prophet is necessary. Like a divine.
Okay, so
divine
Plato was a
guidance
prophet?
is necessary.
So Plato was a prophet.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think.
Aristotle was a prophet. Buddha was a prophet. All these people were prophets. Fantastic.
No. Like, you guys are awesome. Like, we had prophetic message. Wait.
You see why I call him a Christian Muslim?
No, don't call her Muslim at all, bro. We can claim her, bro. We can have her. We don't want her.
And I even think Zarathustra was
Christian. If Samson is a Christian, I want to hear his perspective on it.
Benny Adam, like, when did Plato become a prophet in Christianity, Benny Adam? Like, come on.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm not saying that he was. That's the point. I'm saying that Plato got to this theology. Hold on. I'm saying Plato got to this theology independent of God. That you could achieve this theology, this understanding of God, independent of God.
Who is ever independent of God?
Okay, hold on. Non-existent. I'm saying independence of divine revelation.
Probably qualifies as not a Rasul with a Risala. Plato probably qualifies as a sign from God who probably holds the truth. Now, does it make him a Rasul? No, it doesn't make him a Rasul.
It makes him a Nabi.
Yeah,
that's what a prophet is. Rasul is messenger.
But not a Rasul with a Risala.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah. But he's a Nabi.
And no one's free of divine inspiration. Like, I don't know, as a Christian,
Wait, you have divine inspiration? Hold on, Manila. You have divine inspiration?
Yeah, Benny has divine inspiration.
No, don't talk about Manila. Don't talk about it. You have divine inspiration?
I don't have that. When did I say I have divine inspiration?
You just said everybody has divine inspiration.
I did not say everybody.
You literally said that.
No, I did not. I don't make such information statements and I cannot provide evidence.
Have you ever met somebody with divine inspiration?
Have I met someone with some divine inspiration is not revelation. So you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot right here.
No.
Yeah, she's gonna say make it out. She's gonna say make it out.
His anatomy. Dude, inspiration is not the same as revelation. Revelation is very important. Revelation is Risala. Listen, you fool, Prince. I'm not. Inspiration is tajalli. Okay, revelation
inspiration is wahi. It's wahi.
No. Revelation is wahi. Inspiration is tajalli. There are many great people who have very spiritual.
You know what? Never mind.
Inspired by God, right?
Hold on a second. Let's ask the atheist Jew. Buttercup.
Yes, Habibi.
الله يلعن شكلك هذا راح تلبسني مساد والله حي.
What do you say?
Anyway, Nargis, I wanted to ask you what makes us Persian.
We know rules.
Oh my God, Samson.
No rules makes us Persian.
Samson.
The Majusiness in us makes us Persian.
Please, we don't want to have this conversation because.
No, like, it's a good point. It's a very good point.
Discussion.
Sadly, my 23andMe provided me as most Arab. So I don't know how to face this
Abusive,
with my
John. What do you mean abusive?
my lineage is so I don't know.
What Christian denomination do you belong to?
I'm not ashamed. But Nargis, listen, the reason why I'm asking you
It's Nowruz, Samson. That's really what makes us Persian.
Wait, I thought he was a Christian.
Because of the picture.
No, I remember him saying he was a Christian, but maybe I was wrong.
Maybe he's a Jew, Christian Jew, like whatever.
I think they're a
Like,
Jew.
he can be anything he wants.
What are those people called? Bnei Adam again, the Christian Jews?
Not Hebrew Israelites.
No.
Oh, he's not.
God bless it. That Trump is actually playing, in instances, but I think they're actually playing three-dimensional chess here. I just don't think talking too much talking, because I was thinking about that in the audience as well. I'm like, well, they need that better surrogates.
Yeah, and his principle about fair democracy, he never forced people to be Muslims. Like, I love his story, to be honest.
Yeah. But that was first. Yeah, it's bad.
I believe Aisha must have fallen asleep.
Just because I'm on mute and I'm listening? Jeez.
Long duration. I was just like, what's going on?
My Mitsubishi said, fuck you.
I know it did.
See it happily.
Well, I was offering earlier to what's her name, Elena. She needed some prescription drugs, and you know how cheap prescription drugs here in Canada, right across the border.
Yeah, I have a long problem with Canadian drugs, so I'd rather not get into it. But
Okay, because I said it. Whatever you need, I'm like, listen, I can pick it up here and just fucking put it in the deal.
no, I understand. There was a time when I was taking a med from there, and when I started taking the U.S. version of it, it worked better.
Actually, or do you think it was a placebo? I think it's the same ingredients by FDA.
Yeah. There was placebos in the Canadian meds I was getting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So I'm a little reluctant to do that after that.
Yeah, me too. I would be in that case.
Yeah.
And this was by a big brand, by a big pharmaceutical company, like
Dude, it was like one of those mail-in, like they mail the script to your home kind of shits, but straight from Canada.
But was it generic brands or was it original?
Generic. One was an original.
And was the original good, or you still felt
the
the same
original
way?
was the placebo.
The original and the generic ones were working. Yeah, that's interesting. I would have thought opposite.
That's what I'm saying. It was trippy, bro. Like, here's what happened. It took a week, and I'm like, something's wrong. Like, I just felt something's wrong. So I went to my fucking pharmacist back in the day. And I said, Gary, it feels wrong. He goes, let me check something. He looks and he goes, you're taking a Canadian script, aren't you? I go, yeah. He goes, hold on a second. And he gives me like the dosage for the day. Right, Rafi?
Like a sample, basically, before you purchase.
He gave me 2 pills. He gave me what I needed that day.
Okay.
He said, take that. He gave me water, gave me the cup. Dude, boom. Shit was working. He goes, I go, what the fuck is going on? He goes, you know, we know about that.
So it's a known thing.
Yeah.
Wait, I really gotta know this. How are you on your first name basis with your pharmacist?
This was back. You remember back in the day when you knew your pharmacist?
No.
And shit.
No.
Okay. There used to be a time when
you would know. You would be like on a first name basis.
Your pharmacist used to be like your family doctor. You would know. You would only go to one place.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I see that, like, for my dad, for example, like his pharmacy where he picks up his pills are the same place where his family doctor sits. Yeah. As soon as he walks out, he constantly goes to the same pharmacist. So he already knows my dad's record. You can contact my dad's.
I go to a small. I go to a small pharmacist. Small guy. I mean, he did well, but he was a small pharmacist.
Well, like a family shop, like a brick.
Yeah, it was a family.
What was he like? 5'5", 5'6"?
Huh?
You said it was small.
Yeah.
Well, he needs Trent or something. Wait, this Canadian.
Shut the fuck up! You're not even just being.
You were talking about the. You were talking about the guy.
Bro, like there's Rafi Moronic, and now there's Matt Trent
Wait, are you saying the Canadian, like, their scripts are, like, not as much? What were you saying?
Bro, I took my pharmaceuticals, like, for my head, and anxiety and shit, and it was not working. I'm like, something's off. He goes, what's wrong? I go, I'm not happy right now. I'm not me. Like, I want to hurt someone. he's like, so he goes into the thing, and he knew the med that probably was off. And so he goes, yeah, hold on, try this, which was basically me taking it for the first time. We're like in seconds, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it wasn't placebo effect, it was just boom. I was like, okay, I see. Never again.
Seth, I'm a certified speakerhead.
Now you're a certified trend speaker.
Oh, that too, but I love speakers. I love them.
As long as you're not a certified dickhead, you're fine.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet, but no, okay.
I was just saying that's the last step. What the fuck is trend? I heard it somewhere and I don't know if I've heard it.
Horse steroids.
No,
guys take it.
Fucking sick.
Oh, okay. I don't remember if I heard it somewhere else or just Matt said it so many times in the fucking room. I'm having deja vu. Like I already been like hearing this fucking word all my life.
It's sick as fuck.
I'm going home for the holidays, and I need to fit every single.
I refuse to pay for YouTube, the ads, but I get them like fucking 24/7. Might as well.
So are you gonna go gamble? Play cards somewhere, Matt?
Am I gonna go gamble? Why am I gambling?
I don't know. So you can make money.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. That's a good point.
When you go, I just need 20,000. Give it back to you.
Yeah, that's how it works. I'll tell you what. I still have yet to find a feeling as good as. I think the best feeling in the world is getting unstuck, especially like a 6-digit number. It's the best thing. You can probably back me up on this.
What do you mean?
When you get when you're down a lot of money and then you get then you come back from it.
Yeah, but fuck.
It's the best. And then making a fucking $100,000 a night. That's fucking sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's one every fucking 6-7 months, and again, you have to be 1 in a million to hit it like that.
No, I mean you just go on a run. It's not in one night. You do it in fucking a week, 2-3 weeks. Doable.
When was the last time you did it? Let's say, Matt.
I did it in June
of this year.
Yeah.
And the time prior to it, to be honest?
That would have been August the previous year.
So almost a physical year.
Yeah. Actually, no, it would have been February that year. Not 100, but it was like 60.
So you just rely on gambling?
I have other means.
Okay. What's the most you lost in one day?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm trying to cap it, but it's tough. One day, if I lose, there have been games where, like poker, I've lost 60,000 before. It's not fun. But you get numb to it, but it still stings. But like the amount of money, it just like doesn't really even matter, man. Sometimes I get fucking pissed off for losing $20.
I was playing a house game at my friend's place. It was like a friendly game. It's like his family. It was just a home game.
Yeah.
Sure. We're sitting, we're playing. So there's my brother hosts games. Again.
You want to have muddied messaging. That doesn't make sense to me at all. And like the number one thing that you should want to do, because the number one thing that's going to make a difference here is public opinion broadly. Okay, you are trying to win public opinion. The way the people feel is the amount of pressure that you can put on Republicans. Trump is historically unpopular right now. Keep pushing in that direction. And if you have muddied messaging, it makes it hard for the people to be on your side. And instead of training their fire on the other side, there's infighting. So what he could have done if he knew this was coming to an end was he could have made a grand gesture. He could have basically said, we decided that we weren't going to put the American people through hell. Not on Thanksgiving, not during Christmas. So we found a way to give people a rest, a bit of a break in a hard time because Donald Trump is ruining everything he touches. And we're going to keep fighting for the American people. But right now, we're not going to take food out of hungry mouths. Sorry. And instead, we have this muddied mess, and it's not three-dimensional chess. I'm sorry, like, he didn't even have a press release out yesterday. That is like basic table stakes of messaging. It's just embarrassing. Like, I don't think that this was the wrong action. I actually think it's the right action, and it's just terribly delivered.
And if I were, again, if this was a normal time and we were in normal situations, I would get it, right? But we are not in normal times, and this is what I think we're forgetting. We are not living in normal times. We are not living in a normal political situation, and I think we are thinking as though we are under normal protocols and normal policies of how normal political times look. It's not normal, guys. It's just not. And when you have rogue-ass senators that are doing rogue-ass shit because they just don't give a fuck, that's what's going to happen. And we just gotta be okay with it. They're not on messaging with the Democrats. Fetterman has already shown his ass that he's not been on message with the Democrats from day fucking one. This is the same motherfucker that went to the goddamn inauguration in damn a sweatsuit. Are we okay? What are we talking about? This is the same friggin' fool that literally has not been on message since day one. And you are expecting him to be on message now. What are we talking about?
I think
Come on, guys. Really?
There's another consideration. Another consideration is they understand that others understand that as well. Because they're not stupid people. So they understand that others understand that you can use those things to your advantage. Whereas others believe that they are weaknesses, you can use them as strengths. I know this seems a bit far-fetched, but it's not really when you think about it. If I'm playing political theater, I'm going to use those things to my advantage. I'm going to be looking disheveled or sounding like you're not on code or you're not. You can use those things to your advantage if you flush them out. If you actually have a plan, if you're strategic, you can consider this, but this can be a degree of political theater that you can use to your advantage. So I think there's another, and I think the assumption that they don't give a fuck is, that's, there's a case to be made there, but there's also a case to be made in the other direction too. Maybe because they're leaving, they want to leave the party, and they do give a fuck, and they're trying to do what they think is going to help the party. It's awfully suspicious that those 8 people, or the 7 and 1 people are going to leave at the end of these terms or not running again. That's too specific not to take that into consideration.
Yeah, the only problem that I have with that, and everything that you said was 100% correct. The only problem with that is that, time is of the essence. And when you look in the paper and you look at social media and you look at the conversation and the national discourse, it doesn't look good. And I laughingly, because how I do sometimes in these spaces, but I laughingly was like, I don't really understand what the mess is, what's going on, why there's a somber mood. And I was saying that because I thought that it was all about food stamps and snaps and everybody getting their paychecks. Then it happens, and then all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of infighting. People are throwing milk cartons at each other. It just doesn't make any sense, and it looks it's a bad look.
Well, that's not what it was about initially. That's not what it was about. It's about actually saving the subsidies. It was about saving portions of ACA. So, that's not what it was about initially. The byproduct of the shutdown caused people to lose, to be furloughed rather, and to lose SNAP benefits, which were actually on the, SNAP benefits was actually on the, in the account as well. But, the bottom line is now that's all been returned. So, but that's not because of poor messaging, to Aaron's point, or into CEO's point, that's not been the messaging. That's not what's being talked about. What's being talked about is that they didn't hold out long enough because there's segments of there's segments of the constituency that aren't considering the other ones. That aren't considering that there are still people who were furloughed and did not have their job. But there are people who are going to eat. There are people who are going to have their jobs back at least. Well, now they'll have them, they'll have them even past January. But in January, this can come back to the floor. They can start, whatever process or whatever strategy they want to implement up until that point and bring this back. They have the opportunity to do the exact same thing at the end of January. And it's not like we're talking about that's a year from now. We're talking about 2 months from now. I think the strategy is brilliant. I just don't think it is. I don't think it's been. I don't think it's been explained well enough. But maybe, just maybe, there is because they've done what they should do to this point. Maybe there's a point to that. That's all I'm suggesting. I don't actually know, but I'm saying maybe there's actually something to this as well, especially when there is another option on the other side of it. And it's not even that far away.
Respectfully, I think your wish casting. Schumer doesn't have a track record of 3-dimensional chess. Schumer, and even still, answer me this. If he had come out and said, if he knew this was coming, which I think they probably did, and I think CEO is right about that they basically decided that the inflection point at which they were going to stop getting political benefit, and it was going to either plateau or start to move the other direction, was starting to appear, and they had already, I think that they did have some impact on the election, and it was time for a different move. Tell me why it wouldn't have been better to say Donald Trump has put us in an impossible position. Either we let the poorest Americans go hungry leading up into Thanksgiving, federal workers not have paychecks to be able to make their mortgages and car notes and everything else, or we hold out for healthcare. It's an impossible choice, and I want you to know that this impossible choice is because your president doesn't love the American people. But we do, so we've kicked the can down the road. We're going to fight another day. And how would that kind of messaging not be better than what they just did?
That can be true. Everything that what you just said can be true, and that's where I disagree with Quinn on the very last point that he made, because I turned on my TV and everything that I saw on social media, it was the conversation and what I heard from people on the Democratic side, whether it was Hakeem Jeffries, it was SNAP benefits, and it was people getting their paychecks. That was a main talking point in the conversation, and that the Republicans are holding it up. So now, we waited we waited all this time for that. You guys come back
to the table, you're not able to get anything other than anything in your favor, and then on top of that, there's infighting and there's all this other stuff. Like this, none of this makes any sense.
But there isn't. But they did get something. They got furloughed workers back, and no one is going to lose their job, which wasn't the case prior to that. There was talk of people losing their jobs permanently. No one's going to lose their jobs. SNAP benefits have been returned, and you can still make the case for the subsidies and ACA at the end of January.
But the question is that why couldn't we have done this?
Do you think what I said
if we didn't get anything else,
what they did?
if we didn't get it, and that's the thing. If you didn't get anything else besides that original thing, you could. My hope is we could have not wasted all this time, and you could have did this weeks ago. If you weren't going to get any other concessions that you were quote unquote demanding,
they could have done what?
Instead of wasting all of this time, you could have.
It wasn't wasted time. It's that you have to consider that this is theater to some degree. I don't know why people think that they're beyond this. This is strategic. I don't understand how that gets lost on people.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing that Mike is obviously missing is that there was an election. Like,
right,
one of the things that they got out of this, like.
Right, what are you talking about?
Right, but there are people that are going to say that
man, I'm not. Stop. Quinn, I really would, just out of curiosity, like, I wonder if you think what I said is not better messaging.
No, listen.
How the Democrats played it.
I would say on the surface, yes, if, and this is a big if to my own admission, if they're not playing chess in some way, maybe this is wishful thinking on my part. There's nothing that would suggest that this would be the case, but I mean, again, I can't see. Well, I won't say I can't see that they wouldn't fumble this heavily, but yes, to answer your question, your messaging is absolutely better. And I've not seen, and to be fair, I don't watch much. I read a lot more than I don't watch the news shows and stuff as frequently as I used to. But yes, your messaging around that would be better. I just think that they know that, considering what all they have gained, at least in this small amount of time. Why would you fumble this? Without that understanding. But I also think that again, it may be strategic. I just can't help but think, and I don't know why I think that, to be fair, but that is strategic in some way. It would have to be. And maybe that's it. Maybe not doing so and allowing that to circulate the way that they have is somehow a distraction in some way. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking more strategic than they are. I really don't know, to be honest.
I mean, I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too.
I hope there's 34-dimensional chess going on, and I'm going to be blown away. Like, honestly, I've been kind of busy and not watching the news as much, and so if anything, I've got more distance from this than I normally would. But to me, it's just like being someone who, in this moment, is more of a casual consumer of news, like more closer to the average American than where I'm usually at, which is a massive politics geek. The stuff that is breaking through looks like Democrats in disarray yet again. And like, I don't understand how they're not spiking the football right now. And they can spike the football in a way that forces the Republicans to either show exactly who they are, which are people who don't care about the American people, who are doing all kinds of terrible things and continue to do all kinds of terrible things, or they have to relent and come back into some level of mainstream where we don't let Americans starve and we don't let Americans pay double for their health care and we don't force federal workers into terrible situations and so on and so forth. Like, I don't understand how this is hard to see. Like, I'm not that smart. Like, I just don't, like, if that is the plan, spike that football and people are going to go, you know what? Like, progressives, people who really, or just, let's just say people who wanted them to hold out longer would at least have a reason. And they could say, maybe I disagree with that, but at least they got a strategy, and let's see how it plays out. But instead, they let people like the woman that Lisa was playing earlier, be able to go on a rant and basically say, what the hell is the strategy? They did it again. They chickened out. And that, to me, is just terrible, terrible communications.
I agree. And if we're basing this on what they've done from a messaging aspect on historically, then yes, this is not good. But I don't think that I think there's time to do that, though, if that's the case.
Yeah, but I think that if you share too much, then you allow Trump to disrupt your strategy. So I'm not in favor of over communicating.
How so?
Because if it was basically the idea is like, you're trying to end the shutdown because X, Y, Z. Like I said, there would have been some sort of pivot he would have made, right? He's just not going to allow that to happen. So I don't see the point of communicating the strategy to that degree. And I think that the base right now just wants blood. So you're just going to have to deal with this sort of thing anyway.
The only pivot that's available to him from the messaging that I provided is to actually feed hungry people, address the healthcare subsidy problem, and stop attacking federal workers. So the pivot is a win for Democrats because, those are the priorities, right? And that would mean that they would have won concessions, and that would be fantastic. The only other pivot that, he could do is what he tends to do, which is, pardon 70 people like Giuliani. Just throw like some other random shit in the air, which he does all the time anyway. So that's not even a change. That's not even a pivot. And then the other thing that would be available to him is to do the same stuff and look like an asshole. Like, one thing about federal workers that's true is virtually all of us know one. It's very hard to not know a federal worker. And there's 3 million of them or something like that? They're in every community across the country. This is not a hard thing to do. And so, if you care about people, and Democrats largely do care about people, saying that you took care of people seems like an obvious thing to do. And that's not central to their messaging. How can that not be central to your messaging? You just helped people. Tell the world that you helped them. I don't understand. Because, it's not even political theater because you did. You literally did take pressure off of people who didn't deserve to be harmed. Why wouldn't you say that?
Because the question that some people are going to rise, even though you're right, is why did it take 40 days?
Because you had an election.
So we were playing politics.
Of course. What else you think it would be?
Yeah, but you don't want to say that. That's the point. You don't want to come out and say that.
Right, you don't want to come out and say that.
Playing checkers and you're playing chess, right?
Yeah, but it's also that the conditions also changed, right? There is a congressionally mandated fund for SNAP that in the event of a shutdown is supposed to be tapped into because Congress agreed that starving people during a shutdown is bad. And Donald Trump in his infinite wisdom decided that starving people is good. Yeah. So that was a condition that shifted. So say that, And the fact that they were planning on cutting all these jobs and hurting people, and you saved those jobs in at least a semi-permanent way, say that. That's a good reason to change your tune and to take care of people. This isn't. You don't have to be three-dimensional chess when the truth is on your side. You can make it plain, and the people who think in three-dimensional chess, right? People in messaging, we call this people who consider future consequences, or they're high CFC. Okay, people who consider long-term will understand it, and people who are low CFC, I'm trying to buy Thanksgiving dinner. Can I do that or not? Or my Thanksgiving meal. Can I do that or not? Right? Who are low CFC who are just what's right in front of me right now? Can I survive? Can I do what needs to be done? Everyone would understand that. And at least it would be a good argument. Even if there's always going to be someone on the left who's going to say you didn't push hard enough. That's always going to happen. There's always going to be someone in the center who's going to go, we shouldn't have done it at all. That's always going to happen. There's always going to be people on the flanks. But at least for the vast majority of people, you could make a good argument. And that also would work with independents. I can't see the hole in what I'm saying. If you can poke the hole.
All right, so here's I think the simplest way to frame it. By not over communicating, her current position is we oppose this deal on principle, but won't keep the government shut. That is having your cake and eating it too. if they over-explained it, then you run the risk of exposing the stagecraft and confirming it was political theater.
Right.
So they didn't say that, and they're continuing to do, and you're going to take a little bit of flack for it, but it's worth what you're risking. Because there was going to be a risk somewhere. You were going to risk something. You were not going to come out of it clean in any way. Even if they were to do what you're suggesting, you still don't come out of it clean. There's still going to be someone who says you didn't do this the right way. You held on, and people are not eating, and you held on, and people aren't getting their medical benefits, and you held on, and people are not able to, people are still out of work. And this is through the holiday season. I fucking hate government. This is horrible, and now everybody's taking a hit. You gotta make some choices, and sometimes you gotta make some hard ones. The only place I will have any divergence is with Aaron is saying, if in fact we have to entertain that they're just not doing what I think that they're doing, or what I'm suggesting that they may be doing. I don't think they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, but I think that's also the point.
But part of the problem is that their quote unquote stagecraft was exposed. Namely, Hassan coming out and saying that he knew the whole time. So either Maggie Hassan is secretly a saboteur, or she's telling the truth and he did know the whole time and he just wanted to play it off like he was for it because he's more worried about his own reputation than leading the party.
And how popular is she?
There's not oh my God. It's not a good look. It's not a good look the way that he did it. He hasn't even put out a press release. He hasn't even tried to frame it himself. So just the simple fact of the way messaging works, particularly in today's day and age, where if you're not pushing the message or being someone else is, and it's not going to be to your benefit, just that alone is a mistake. It is a mistake in today's, environment to do that kind of stuff. And this is the thing that I don't understand is, yes, you're going to have some people complain because there's a lot of human beings in the U.S. and there's going to be human beings who complain. But if you keep most of your people together and you build political will because people understand what you're for, you can actually build real sustainable power. And the problem with the way Democrats have done things, and this isn't even a left or a right thing, right? This is a stylistic thing, not a policy thing, is that they're constantly acting like they don't need to worry about that gut reaction to the politics. And the gut reaction is actually what matters most, especially the way politics is done today. And so they should have people who gut reaction are yes, I get why they did what they did. Because I've got a federal worker in my life too, and I don't want them to hurt. That's not hard.
There, can you see it? It's there. It looks wrong, my brain can't quite get a handle on the movement. I'm used to seeing how.
Now, I'll also say this: it's also not too late for them to do this. The one thing that is true is that they do have time. Another thing that's true is that the Republicans aren't going to change anytime soon. Donald Trump is losing his shit. He's losing his marbles. That guy is falling steadily into some kind of decline, some kind of sundowner or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's not good. And the Republicans are all sitting there shell-shocked trying to figure out how to stay on message when the message is not something you can stay on because it's rambling. So, this is still available to them.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you that. I think in a few days, communicating it may make sense, but not so close to it. I think where you're going, a few days from now would be fine.
But then you've now let the Bernies and the AOCs and even the Mikey Sherrills, right? It's not just the people on the left. You've got Mark Kelly, who is a very by-the-book, buttoned-up dude, not able to answer a question straight about whether or not Schumer should still be the leader. So you're putting out different messaging that feeds into the Democrats in disarray messaging. And another thing that they could have done was when Schumer realized, and I said this last night, but or maybe 2 nights ago, I don't remember when it was, but like if Pelosi's in charge and she knows that her caucus isn't going to hold the line, I bet you anything she would have had 25 votes for this, and a much better claim. Like, hey, we're going to lose this, right? Like we're not holding the line anymore. Like 8 people are out, so we got 2 choices. We can have 8 people do it, and we can fight each other, or we can have 25 people come out and say we're doing this intentionally. And we got the best deal we were going to get, and we're going to get another deal in January.
There's a huge difference, though, between Schumer and Pelosi. Schumer
one's good and one's shit.
No, not that. Schumer is never going to be louder than Bernie and AOC, etc. He's never like if he's competing for messaging, he's always going to lose 100% of the time. So he is better off letting them say what they're going to say and getting all that out and trying to win the long game on the messaging, right? So have a narrative end of this week, have a long term, but let them go ahead and get all their stuff out. Because he can never win the message on it. Whereas Pelosi could. Pelosi could always win the messaging in the moment.
Schumer has never won the long game in the messaging, and Pelosi almost always has. Because she actually has like real political instincts. Like she understands the way the winds are blowing, and she always understood that when she had the votes, she would act like she had the votes, and when she didn't, she would act like she didn't. And she knew where her people were, and she established enough trust and enough consistency that her people were willing to like sit down and shut up when needed, right? To trust the process and to understand that she was doing the best that she possibly could. And Schumer does not have that confidence because he's a shitty leader. He's not good at it. Like when you hear him speak, half the time it doesn't land. It doesn't make any sense. He's got negative charisma, and Pelosi wasn't a good speaker. Like in terms of like her oration, right? Like she wasn't charismatic. And I just don't understand. Like CEO, you're in comms, right? Explain not putting out a press release.
I think the strategy was allow them to get it out of her system. Because whatever you're going to have is just going to get slammed and terrorized. So sometimes the most effective thing to do in crisis communication is literally to say nothing. We've done that with clients many times because basically whatever you put out is just going to be a bone that gets destroyed, right? So sometimes it is better to be silent.
So you think in this case it was better to be silent?
I think in this case you're going to get Bernie and all these people with all this stuff out of her system. And if he has, I'm now making an assumption, if he has a long-term communication strategy, he'll be better off playing that game than having tried to compete in the moment immediately. Yeah. But again, that's a big assumption.
I disagree with you, and here's part of it, right? So Bernie has been consistent for, if anything, his entire career. Like Bernie has been playing the same note for 40, 50 years. And that note is that he's for working people. And if Schumer had come out and said, whether we're talking about Bernie on my left, who's been a stalwart fighter for the working man his entire career, who, I'm saying this to you, my friend, there are a lot of working people who are being hurt by the government being shut down. And while I know you might not agree with this choice, know that I'm doing it because I'm aligned with you. That would have been good. Bernie could have said, at least our values are the same, even if our tactics diverge. And that would have been so much better. And he could have said the same thing with people in the center. Because, like, if Mark Warner and Tim Kaine aren't on the same side of something, you got plenty of room to talk to both the center and the left.
Bernie would never do that. Bernie always wants to put Democrats' heads on a stake, just like a lot of you guys on the left. It's always the Dems' fault. They don't have a backbone. If they would not
have shut the government down and just gave in the beginning, there would have been a problem. We knew the Republicans were not going to move from their position because they do not care about American suffering. And so the Dems decided that they were going to play this out to the election. This has happened where they have sent these 8 or 6 senators out there to open back up the government so they can continue to fight while staying on messages that they did not consent to this deal, because had they done what you said, Your Honor, people would have still called them spineless. If you're not listening, people are saying that American people wanted to continue to shut down, regardless of what the consequences were for federal workers, for SNAP benefits, or anything else. They wanted the government to stay shut down. So had Schumer came out and said exactly what you said, everybody would have been doing the same thing you're doing now, saying that he's feckless, he's spineless, he just gave in to the Democrats, they're not going to do this. There is no winning for some of the Americans for Democrats. It doesn't matter what Republicans do, they're going to turn their ire to Democrats every single time, regardless of what decision that they make. Instead of having rooms about Republicans don't care about American people, they would have allowed the government to stay shut down. Instead of negotiating with Democrats, we're having a room about Democrats are whatever, or they lead us astray. They bamboozle us. They give us nothing. They don't have a backbone. All those things. This is what happens constantly. So I agree with MAGA when he constantly says, if I was a Democrat, I would do nothing. I wouldn't care anymore either. Because what do you get for caring? You get the same shit that you get for not caring. They get more iron than fucking Republicans at this point. It's just so exhausting to hear about what Democrats did wrong every single time, yet nobody tries to run and do anything different. Because most of the time, the people who have all of this ire for them, they would be doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing if they were in these Dems positions.
Well,
I don't believe any of this stuff that people are saying at all.
They just say things because they, first of all, again, like I say this 100% every single time, the people that are normally talking, like the gentleman in the chat, don't have a fundamental understanding of government in general. That's where it begins and ends. So the things that come out of their mouths are emotional more than sensible, because you don't have any sensibility to select from, because you don't have any information, you don't know. So the only thing you're going to hear from people like that are emotional things, because they don't have any information to pull from. So I don't expect to hear anything different from them. So I mean but it's disheartening, but it's not without a degree of anticipation.
So you think, Your Honor, that if Chuck Schumer decided to join the 8 or even led the Democratic Party together to reopen the government with the deal that they have, right? And communicated that they are opening it because we have to think about the workers, people would not be dragging him even harder than they are dragging him now, even though he voted no, and there are reports that he tried to stop it and couldn't stop it. Like, come on. I agree 100% on it. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the scenario you presented isn't the scenario that I'm suggesting. I didn't say he should have voted against it and also said he was for it, because that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. What I'm saying is that it made sense for Democrats to relent in this moment. I actually agree with the tactics of opening the government. I actually think that this is the right moment to do it. And the pain that was coming around the bend was going to be like intolerable, both in terms of just the material impacts on people, and also that the political impacts were probably not going to redound to Democrats' favor, and certainly not in a way that would be worth the pain that people were going to have to go through. Given that, yes, he would have still received smoke from someone. I just literally said that. I don't know if you were in the room or not. He absolutely would have received ire from people. That's absolutely true. But I absolutely believe that if he had gotten 20 Democrats to vote for this, and I'm not saying 20 Democrats were going to come together ahead of time, but once it was clear the writing was on the wall, he absolutely should have pivoted. Because it was going to happen anyway. So at that point, the question is do you want to have political infighting where literally his own caucus is at each other's throats in the media, or do you want to have a principled stand? Like, that's the choice that he made. The choice is he didn't take principled stand. He took infighting.
No,
and that's the choice that he's
infighting
made
would have
over
been-
and over and over again.
No,
and it's why
infighting
he's
would
not a
have
Nancy
been
Pelosi.
to sacrifice Democrats who would have to face their constituents back at home who don't understand what's going on and would have had some type of visceral reaction to them voting yes. Had the ones who were not, who were up for different elections coming up, or who had a seat that might have been in jeopardy, voted yes, that would have been political suicide for them. So the best thing that he could have done was allow them to vote no so that they can take cover to say, I disagree with us opening up the government because that's what the people want to hear.
Exactly.
It just doesn't make any sense for people whose seats were up or could be up in the future to then vote yes when we know that the majority of Americans at this point only cared about them, quote unquote, taking a stand. That's all they cared about.
The vast majority of, well, it's about 2/3 of Democrats aren't up for re-election right now.
I'm
you
saying
throw in some
they, at some
retirements,
point.
and then you throw in retirements on top of that, and most of them aren't in competitive seats because we don't have a lot of competitive seats, period. So there's plenty of other people who could have, like I said 20, I didn't say the whole caucus, I didn't say 40, I said 20.
But there's no need to risk any of them, is my point.
None of them are risked. Like, I'm talking about people like Mark Warner or
just
like
because
the
they're in a
Wyatt
blue
senators
district
or
doesn't
even a California.
Their seat.
Alyssa Slotkin voted against this.
Okay.
She's in Michigan.
Your Honor, I'm trying.
Like she made a choice to actually like vote opposite of what you're saying, and she decided that it was the right thing for her to do. And that's a meaningful thing for her. Like, and she's absolutely in a seat that potentially could be at risk at some point. So what are we saying? You think Alyssa Slotkin doesn't know what's best for Alyssa Slotkin? She's been one of the most talented politicians in recent memory. I don't know everything about her, but she's very, very good.
I don't understand the logic, Your Honor. What's the difference between 8 and 20 people? Isn't that gonna fracture the party?
I would think so.
I don't. So 8 people fractures the party, but 20 people would not fracture the party?
You know, with the problem, like, I really am getting tired of you strawmanning me. Like, first off, we've been on here long enough and friendly enough for you to not strawman me with, like, I didn't say, well, you're literally, okay, let me explain the strawman, okay? So, I didn't, Bonnet, I don't, why are you talking over me? You won't, I am, if you would let me finish.
Well, nobody's actually explaining the straw man, though. Explain the logic.
It's the same thing. It's not a question of 8 versus 20. The question is 20 making a principled stand who are able to articulate to the American people why this is the right choice to make versus 8 people who are presented as defectors where you've got one side of the party fighting tooth and nail with the other side of the party where it's not even like the normal sides, right? Like some of these are center versus center and left versus left, where there's no clear messaging that is coming out to the point where on Chuck Schumer's own website, he doesn't even have a press release out. It is unclear what the strategy is here. And you've got a whole bunch of amped up Americans who are like out in the streets, who are like trying to make change in their communities because they're fed up with stuff that's going on, and you're not leading them. So what I'm saying is the question is leadership versus not leadership. And what he did, where apparently he knew, but also was against it, but maybe tried to fight it, but muddy, is not leading. And so it looks like Democrats in disarray. And what I'm saying is is like, even if it was 8, okay, and it wasn't 20, and at least he said, this is the choice that we had to make, that would be better. The messaging on this is what stinks.
But we don't